Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the National Speedway Stadium once again for round number 4. It's a double header this weekend. We had a fabulous night of Speedway last night, and we're looking forward to something very similar here on Saturday night. As I say, it is round 4. My name is Kelvin Tatum. Alongside me is Oliver Allen, the Great Britain team manager and former England international himself. I must say it is set fair. It's going to be a sellout tonight. 2 consecutive sellouts here in Manchester for what has been and is becoming probably the jewel in the crown of this championship regarding the racetrack. It does serve up some truly inspirational speedway. We saw plenty of that last night with a surprise winner, actually, with Max Frick coming through. Hadn't won a Grand Prix for several seasons, but put on a masterclass and came out on top. Now, the calendar for 2026, we have round 4, as I say. It's a double header here in Great Britain and Manchester. We've been in Germany and Prague previously, and we're in the northwest of England in Lancashire. And as I say, the weather forecast a couple of days ago was absolutely dreadful, but I've got to say, as we pan down around Manchester, it really is looking good, and it's quite warm this evening, Ollie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, weather forecast hasn't produced the rain we thought it might do. Track looks tip-top, looks perfect conditions, and yeah, we're looking forward to a great night of speedway here once again at the Bellevue Stadium.
Indeed we are. As I say, looks an absolute picture. Shouldn't be too many excuses. They have knocked the track right back into shape. Max Frick, who we will hear from before the action gets underway. Casper Verino, who was probably involved in the most, well, it was a roller coaster of a ride, certainly heat number 18 last night when he clouted into the side of Leon Madsen. And Brady Kurtz coming very close to winning a Grand Prix in 2026, but picked up a very handy 18 points for second place last night. Not the night that Bartosz Zmarzlik wanted in the end by running out of room in the first corner in the final.
Yeah, strange gate choice by Zmarzlik in the final to pick gate 4. It was a brave call. It didn't pay off. There was no room left for him when he got to the apex of the corner. Wasn't the night he wanted, but still made another final.
Yeah, I can see that, that's for sure. It's almost a year since Zmarzlik has actually won a Grand Prix, which is quite remarkable when you consider how many World Championships he's won. But his consistency is holding him in great stead. He still carries the gold race jacket. He has a slender lead of 1 point over Brady Kurtz, the Australian. Jack Holder in third place now. Let's have a look at this National Speedway Stadium. Opened up in 2016. First Grand Prix was last year on the 13th of June, won by Dan Bewley. 347 metres, it's 13 metres wide on the straight, 4% of banking. That's key around this track, and that is actually one of the reasons why it's so fast. 16 metres wide in the corners, 8% of banking, and that allows guys to really carry the speed through the turns, and exactly the same on the back straight, and 4% of banking again. So pretty uniform, and again plenty of room in the bottom corner with 8% of banking as well. So let's take a closer look at the track with Emma being joined by Scott Nichols a little earlier on.
We are back in Manchester after another brilliant round last night where we saw an all-Australian final and Max Frick lift the trophy. But since then, Scott, we've had quite a bit of rain. So what does that mean for the track?
Generate a little bit more grip. I'm a big fan of rain because it waters the track evenly. So you know, the water trucks will go around, but there's no better watering system than the rain, in my opinion. So the riders will kind of have that little bit of a headache as to what changes it has made to the track. It won't change it massively, but I guarantee the riders will all be chatting with their pit crew, having those last-minute kind of little questions on if they got that key set up right.
Based on what you know of these riders, Scott, who does this track cater to?
Well, they're all world-class riders. I think the 4 that made the final will speak for themselves. Obviously, Brady, it's his home track, and he knows the fast way around here. But, I mean, the magic Zmarzlik pulled out last night, he's always a hard man to beat, isn't he? But I think it's such a great racetrack here. There's a lot of room. There's so many racing lines, but it's also tough. You can see a rider win a race by a mile and then go and have a bad last, and he probably won't have changed anything. It's just line choice is so key here, and it can take you a lot of time to build your momentum back up if you get it slightly wrong on the first lap.
Do you think we'll see similar riders have success here tonight as we did last night, or a bit more variety?
Bellevue always throws up variety. It's a real tough question because it's so hard to predict. You know, you can see a ride, like I just said, a rider can have a bad last and then go and win a race by a mile. I think that's what's so great about the track. I think, you know, gate positions, I mean, it's great that they've ripped the start line up at an angle, so gate 4 is ripped longer, so it gives the guy off the outside a little bit of a chance, a fighting chance to get into the first turn. But I think Bellevue's just such a great racetrack because it makes it unpredictable, makes it hard to pick a winner, it makes it hard to predict who's going to be on form. Obviously, what's great is that the guys that had an off night last night have got a second bite of the cherry tonight.
Well, we certainly saw that, like you say, last night. Let's reflect on that because that was incredible.
Indeed it was. Wonderful night of Speedway here last night. Dudek getting off to a fast start. Max Frick, certainly after a poor start, fired himself right back in contention and rode superbly well. Bartosz Zmarzlik having a wonderful opening gambit by getting the better of Jack Holder, but this man from Australia, Max Frick, really was in fine form.
Yeah, he was head and shoulders above everyone really. Once he got that first live duck out of the way, it was 5 wins on the bounce, and he looked like he handled the conditions and the track better than anyone.
Indeed he did. Holder also enjoying a terrific day, winning the sprint race. Casper Verina involved in probably the most dramatic race that we had last night, heat number 18, where he was desperate for points. And his desperation just got the better of him here. He did remarkably well to stay on there. But since, after that moment, it all went a little bit haywire for him. And on the entrance to turn number 3, so it got all very wrong and ended in tears and with an exclusion. And not quite the way he would have wanted. But fortunately for him, it was okay. The rain came down. The final had to be rerun with Bartosz Zmarzlik being excluded. But for Max Frick, he was back in victory lane on top of the box, and certainly a night that the Australians will remember with a lockout for first, second and third.
We're all missing Dan Bewley in the GP, but particularly here in Manchester. So, Kelvin, tonight we thought we'd get him a little bit involved. Dan has sent us 4 questions, Speedway-related questions about him to put your knowledge to the test. How well do you think you'll fare?
Well, this is a bit of added pressure, isn't it? A little bit of anxiety just prior to the round number 4 here in Bellevue. But he hasn't been around for too long, so hopefully my memory is working. So, yeah, I reckon I can cope with it.
Right, let's put that confidence to the test, shall we? Yeah. Question number 1.
How many times have I been crowned British champion?
British champion? Well, he's definitely won more than one. And I think I've been here, luckily I've been here for all of them. It's 2 or 3. I reckon it's 3 because he had a hat-trick of wins and he was going for his 4th championship and he just missed out. So I'm going with 3.
Final answer?
Final answer.
You are correct, Kelvin Tatum.
I'm delighted we get off to a flying start.
It was 22, 23, 24, of course. Okay, next question.
How many FIM British Speedway GPs have I won in Cardiff?
So how many wins in Cardiff in the Grand Prix? Now, it was a long wait for a second British winner in the Principality Stadium because obviously Chris Harris was a lot earlier in 2007. He's won twice in Cardiff. I know, I'm confident with that because again I had the luxury and the great honour of being there. It was brilliant.
You should be confident because it's the right answer. 2 out of 2 so far. Okay, question number 3.
Who was my partner when I won the 2021 FIM Speedway of Nations final in Manchester?
This was a night the 3 riders actually in 2021 included Ty Woofenden. But Ty, if my memory serves me, he got hurt. And Robert Lambert stepped up. So I'm going to go. Yeah, I've got to go with Robert Lambert, and I think those 2 pulled it off. It was a dramatic finish.
You going Robert Lambert?
I am.
You are correct once again. Not Lidge.
Yeah, pleased with that. It was up against the poles in the final, and as they came out of that bottom corner, one of the lads, Matej Janowski, fell off, and all of a sudden, Great Britain were world champions.
Okay, final question. Let's go.
Okay.
In which year did I make my full-time Speedway GP debut?
Ooh.
Off the top of your head.
Ooh. Artem Laguta was world champion in 2021. He couldn't defend it. Dan and Jack Holder came in, so it's 2022.
It is indeed 2022, 100% Kelvin Tatum. We never doubted you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And of course, best of luck to Dan Bewley. We miss you.
Of course, yeah, all the best, Dan. So let's be upstanding now for the national anthem of Great Britain. Competitors that have been introduced to the crowd, and these are the boys that are going to go head to head. There's been no practice today, there's been no qualifying, we're straight into the Grand Prix, a draw for the start positions for tonight. We'll see the world champion, the championship leader, coming out in the very first race here this evening. Will we see the same boys up the front? Possibly, but just never know. This track can throw up a surprise. It did last night. Max Frick was not expected to win, and he came through in flying colours. Certainly Leon Madsen, good to see him. That was a heavy fall he had when Kasper Verina came steaming into the side of him. So we see the World Championship after 3 rounds. 1 point lead for 46 points for Smarslick over Brady Kurtz, who steamed back into contention. Jack Holder enjoyed a wonderful day. He's there in 3rd. Verina, 35, as is Lambert. Max Frick, Leon Madsen, Michael Jepsen rounds out the top 8. Doyle, Dudek, Lebedev, Bewley, Kubera, Thompson, Lindgren and Panitsky with 9 points. Round number 4 tonight, double header here in Manchester. As I say, this track does throw up some of the best speedway that you'll see anywhere in the world, actually, and it did not disappoint last night, and I've got a feeling that tonight could be something very similar indeed. Healthy crowd in, Ollie, you know, it's a terrific atmosphere. We're not too far away from the opening races here, and I must say that it's looking good and we're set fair.
Yeah, it really is. Almost capacity crowd here at Bellevue. Like you said, the track conditions are perfect. Scott pointed out in the track review that we've had some rain this afternoon. Perfect for track conditions, so I think we are in for an excellent night of racing. No doubt the riders, this is what they want to see. When riders turn up at a track, they want somewhere that, if they're on the top of their game, there are no excuses.
Track conditions are a little different from what some of the continental riders come across when they race regularly in their own home countries, particularly Poland. More grip here, there's no doubt about that. They rip the track. But Max Frick, Brady Kurtz and Jack Holder all ride in the UK, and they came to the fore last night. Will we see something similar? Can Max Frick back it up? Or will we see a big performance from a returning rider to the Grand Prix like a Michael Jepsen, who actually showed some really good speed last night, but just didn't quite put it all together? So opportunities to put right. Tom Brennan tried his heart out as a wild card, a little frustrated at the end of the night, but you know, he's got another opportunity tonight. You know him well, Ollie, and Tom Brennan, he will be frustrated, but as I say, another chance here this evening.
Yeah, I do know him well, worked with him for a few years now, and he's made steady progress, but he'll want a bigger night tonight, that's for sure.
So, smashing atmosphere, super crowd in. And as I say, we're just waiting a little patiently now for the first race to get underway. But we can, while we wait, Emma Jones is down in the pits and she's joined by last night's winner, Max Frick.
Max, we are back in Manchester for another round. How are you feeling after last night?
Yeah, I feel good. You know, it gives me a bit of confidence after having a good night last night going into today. But again, it's a new day, new track, and we just need to go out there and give it our very best.
Max, when I spoke to you yesterday after your first win, You were like, oh yeah, but I didn't start very well. After that, you were just relentless. What changed? What happened?
I think we made a few bike changes, and then also just riding a little bit better as well. Yeah, overall, after the first race, made some changes, and the bike felt good. So was able to kind of carry that through the rest of the night, and you know, ended up with a pretty good night. So hopefully, you know, we can do something similar tonight. But it's going to be tough. Everyone, you know, knows the track a little bit more after a full day's racing. So yeah, I think today will be a little bit different.
You were quite emotional actually as well last night when I spoke to you. You could tell how overwhelmed you were by all of the support.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have some success here and give back to, you know, my whole team who have been working super hard for me all season long. So nice to be able to have a good result for them, and everyone supporting us as well.
Look, we had a spell of rain, didn't we, last night towards the end of the night, and we've had more rain again today. How does that change things for you tonight, Max?
You know, not too much really. I just kind of look at it, take it one race at a time. You can only do with you know, the track that's in front of you. So if it's raining or if it's dry, you know, we'll just try and make do with the best we can.
You said as well that last night you felt that you just rode better throughout the night. Did your confidence build as the night progressed?
Yeah, I think so. You know, even, you know, going back to the last Grand Prix, I had a pretty heavy fall, so still feeling some side effects from that. So we're just kind of taking it race by race and ease my way into it. And you know, by the end of the night, I was feeling much better. So yeah, hopefully, you know, we can kind of trend in the same direction today.
Well, Max, huge congratulations once again for last night, and best of luck tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
So good to hear from last night's winner. It was an outstanding performance with 5 consecutive wins, and to have to do it twice in the final as well when Zmarzlik was excluded. He really did come under pressure, and he produced when he really needed to. There is the start list for tonight's Grand Prix, which was a draw. As I say, there was no qualifying today, so it was out of the hat. Kvek, Zmarzlik, Leon Madsen and Jepsen Jensen. That's your first race, and it's Dudek, Panitsky, Max Frick and Verena in heat number 2. Jason Doyle, Tom Brennan, Brady Kurtz, Andre Lebedev's heat 3, and Jack Holder, Kai Hülkenberg and Robert Lambert. Anders Thompson will come out in heat number 4. We're due, without doubt, to have some superstar racing once again, and we do wish the injured riders on the sidelines. We've still got the replacements in Freddie Lindgren and Dominic Cudera, Dan Bewley, of course, who is sorely missed here this weekend. We missed them all. A speedy recovery. Like to see them back racing as soon as possible. So building up to race number 1 here in round 4. Rapidly approaching the midway point. In 2 weeks' time, when we go to Wrocław in Poland, it will be round 5 and halfway through the 10-round series. So amazing how quickly we are moving towards that point. So tonight, again, hugely important to get the points on the board. Kvek, Zmarzlik, Leon Madsen and Jepsen Jensen. Good-looking opening race. Kvek was on the pace last night, I must say. He looked really good. Dudek, Frick, Panitsky, Verena, who was spectacular in heat number 2. Brennan, Kurtz, Doyle and Lebedev's, Lambert, Hülkenberg, Thompson and Holder. What do you fancy in heat, the first 4 races there, Ollie? They're all looking pretty good. Yeah, there's some tough lineups there, which you'd expect at this level, but heat 1 looks tough. Kvek, Zmarzlik, Madsen, Jepsen Jensen. We can see Jepsen Jensen there looking focused and ready for heat 1, ready to do battle. And like you said about Kvek, he showed a lot of speed last night. He was combative, as always, and he had the speed to get in amongst the top boys. So I'd fancy Zmarzlik from gate 2 in this first one. However, his gating has not been on form, has it? It hasn't, been scintillating. No, his racing has been absolutely extraordinary. But his starting has been just a touch off. And there's no question that Jan Kvek made a couple of starts. In actual fact, he made Brady Kurtz work really hard in one particular race, and Kurtz finished at the back in that encounter. And Kvek sort of grew into the meeting and got better the longer the evening went on. But I'm expecting another big performance from the Danes. Anders Thompson enjoyed a pretty good night last night, and he picked up, how many points did he get? He got 10 championship points, so he was going along pretty well. But both Madsen, a winner, of course, back in Prague a couple of weeks back, and Michael Jepsen Jensen made the final there after desperate performances in Landshut, where they were last and second to last. I mean, it really was a night to forget. But they turn it around. Right, we're underway. Riders are entering the arena for the first time. They'll do a few practice starts right by the pit gate. World champion out here. He changed his bike. after doing a practice start last night. Will he do something similar? Leon Madsen just feeling a little bit sore. Spoke to him before the evening got underway, and he just said that you know, he didn't look too bad, to be honest, but he did say that he just did feel the effects of the crash a little bit. But not too much longer, and we'll be racing around the National Speedway track. Do hope that you enjoy the evening, because last night was truly spectacular. I'm expecting something very similar here tonight. Number 95, the gold race jacket, a slender lead, just 1 point in it. He could have been overhauled if Verino had actually made the final last night. He was the only one that could have actually taken over the race jacket, the gold race jacket, but Verino just didn't quite work out for him after what was quite a memorable heat number 18. So riders approaching tapes for the opening ride of the evening. As I say, the 6-time world champion has had 3 finals. It's nearly a year since he's actually won a final, and that was back here in the second round of the doubleheader in 2025 in June that year. So it is, I don't know if it's a worry for him, but certainly it is a considerable amount of time. It's nearly 9 Grand Prix since he's actually managed to win one, so I'm sure he'd like to get that monkey off his back if at all possible. Riders just doing a little bit of gardening. They've ripped the snarts up again. As Scott said in his track piece, they do it on a sort of an angle here. They do extend it away from the outside gates. Inside gate, red helmet colour, Jan Kovac. Gate number 2, Bartosz Marslik, the world champion, in blue helmet colour. Leon Madsen, gate 3 in white. Michael Japsen Jensen, his compatriot, starts from the outside in a yellow helmet colour. Here we go then, round number 4, National Speedway Stadium. Absolutely packed to the rafters. Green lights on now. Takes her up. We're right into the first turn, and Quebec coming from the outside is Michael Jensen as well. Jensen trying to force his way into second place, does it. Now he's looking to get to the front. That's a great move from the Dane. Managed to make it work. Can he hang on to it? Because Quebec is there. Bartosz Marslik back in third place. Leon Madsen's at the back again. Michael Jensen electing to go wide. That allows Quebec to hit the front this time. Quebec covers all the angles. Tell you what, Smarzlik's having to work hard back in third place, but Quebec from gate number 1. Oh, he's holding firm in front. Good ride.
Yeah, he's indeed. Smarzlik once again missed the start. Quebec made a great run from gate 1. He's rode a sensible line all race. He's kept it fairly tight. Jensen in second. He's got plenty of speed, but he knows he's going to have to be careful because Smarzlik's winding it up behind him. But at the moment, it's Jan Kovac who's starting the night off with 3 points.
Jan Kovac through the last corner on the final lap of heat number 1. And what a way to start the night. Fantastic. And Michael Jensen covering all the angles in second place. Smarzlik working overtime, but only picks up a point. Madsen failing to score. But Jan Kovac, as we said, he got better and better the longer the night went on last night, and he starts his evening off with a fine win. 3 points for him. Michael Jensen in second place, 2 points. 1 point for the champion Bartosz Marslik in third, and no points for Leon Madsen in the opening race of the evening. What a way to start the night for Jan Kovac. Really is a solid performer here in the first race.
Yeah, he's indeed. He makes a great start from gate 1. Bike lane clearance, Marslik. Gate 2 was good yesterday, and Smarzlik, I think that's a poor start from him. He was miles away. Jensen there, you see him on the outside. This is the first sort of lap and a half. He's building that speed up, but at the time, at that point in the night, there just wasn't enough grip on the outside to make it work, but he had plenty of speed. There's Quebec crossing the finish line. Great ride for him, and it's a good confidence booster for him to start the night off with a win.
I think in some ways Bartosz Marslik did him a bit of a favour, because Michael Jensen was coming under a lot of pressure from Bartosz Marslik, so he couldn't just go for it. And but nonetheless, a very useful ride. Last night's winners out. Max Frick, stunning performance from him. Patrick Dudek, we'll wait to see the best of Dudek in 2026. Will it be tonight? He's got the inside gate. We've just seen Jan Kovac win nicely from there. Can he replicate that here in heat number 2? He'll be certainly hoping so. He had a stunning season last year. Hasn't quite hit those heights so far in 2026. Riders just coming forward. Kanitsky has found Grand Prix hard. What sort of night are we going to get from Castor Verino, who came into last night in second place? Finds himself just slipping down the order a little. He's on 35 points now, joined with Lambert, but he's in 4th place. So just needs to put in a big performance. A couple of weeks' time, we go back into Poland for the first time in 26, into Wrocław. But there's no doubt that Verena will want a big night tonight. The inside gate, that's Dudek, red helmet colour. Max Frick, gate 2 in blue. Gate 3, Panitsky in white. And off the outside is Verena in a yellow helmet colour. Let's go racing in heat number 2. The line is on, the stakes are up. And it's Dudek. Dudek absolutely down. He fires himself to the front. Coming around the outside is Kasper Verena. Wow. Once again, Verena absolutely stunning. Fritz comes steaming up the inside of Dudek. Dudek is forced very wide. He didn't want to go there, but he had no choice because the Australians put a confidence after the win last night. Roars into second place, but that's for Verena from gate number 4, Ollie. He's looking good, but he's been chased hard here by Frick.
He is Mr. Excitement, Kasper Verena. Great first lap from him, gets round the outside of Dudek. Dudek really got picked up on the first lap. He had Verena go round him. Frick then dives up the inside of him going into turn 3. Race starting to settle down now. Verena showing plenty of speed out in front. Last night's winner, Max Frick, good second place for him.
Verena into the last lap. Stunning first corner to get the better of the opposition. Frick forcing his way into second place, as you rightly say, Ollie. He's settled down. Dudek now adrift in third. And I've got to say, Panitsky off the pace, but Kasper Verena. I mean, people's favourite now. He's become very popular in a very short period of time. And he starts his evening off in fine style with a lovely ride from the outside gate. And I've got to say that that will just settle him down. That's probably one of the calmest races I've witnessed him have in 2026. Every other one's been on the edge of your seat. So a bit more lively. 3 points for Verena, 2 for Max Frick in second. Dudek back in third, 1, and Panitsky misses out in heat number 2. So we're up and racing. We've had a couple of races, and from the gate.
Yeah, gate 1 again shows first. But now you can see the dirt line is starting to build up mid-track. Kasper Verena, he made the most of that. Swept round the outside of Dudek down the back straight. There's the youngster Parnitsky. Doesn't make a great gate for 3. Keep your eyes on Verena. Mr. Excitement on the outside. He's in the yellow helmet colour. Swoops round the outside of Dudek to take the lead. Now Max Frick gets a load of drive up the back straight. Lots of traction. Pushes his way up the inside of Dudek. And to be fair to Dudek, he does well to hold on to third. After getting a move like that put on him going into turn 3. Not really what you want at the start of the night.
No, but World Championship Speedway, it's tough out there. And the main man who sits in 4th place in the World Championship on 35 points, Verena, a winner of the opening round of the World Championship in Landshut in stunning style, starts his evening off with a win here in the National Speedway Stadium. Manchester, a double header for the 2nd consecutive year. 2025 we had it, and we're back in 2026. Terrific to see that east stand, which is a temporary stand behind the start, bottom end of the stadium, absolutely packed. It wasn't quite full last night, but this evening it looks absolutely packed to the rafters. Now, Tom Brennan's out here. He's on the inside gate, and he'll be looking to win a race tonight. That would be really good for his morale and his confidence. And maybe this will be the opportunity to get his evening off to a flying start. Brady Kurtz just digging around. Can he win his first Grand Prix? He's bounced back after a difficult start to the year with really good performances. He was 2nd in Prague, and subsequently his league form has just rocketed. In truth, he really is in top form now. So Brennan, the wild cards on the inside, the red helmet colour. Brady Kurtz, gate number 2 in blue. Jason Doyle, the former world champion, comes out of gate number 3 in white. Andre Lebedev's on the outside, the yellow helmet colour. I've got to say that Lebedev's doesn't really gel with this track, but by God, he was trying hard. You cannot fault his effort. Heat number 3, we're about to get underway. We're racing again. The green light is on and the stakes are up. And Kurtz has made a lovely start. Gets the better of Brennan. Whoa! Oh, he's gone very wide, and that allows Brennan back to the front. That's a bit of good fortune. Can Kurtz recover? Looks like he can. Kurtz has done very well indeed there. Got a little bit out of shape. Went across the corner in the first turn. Brennan and Doyle had a bit of a ding-dong for 2nd and 3rd. But Kurtz, who was 2nd last night, looking good here, beginning to pull away.
Yeah, excellent start from Kurtz. First man to make it from gate 2. Made a bit of a mistake first bend. Kept his speed up though. With a home track knowledge, didn't panic. And he's now stretching his lead out in front. Looks very fast again. Brennan, he's got a little bit of pressure behind him from Jason Doyle. But at the moment, Brennan seems to have that 2nd place secured, and that will be great for his confidence.
momentarily hit the front when Kurtz made the mistake in the first corner, but Kurtz has recovered and some, and has pulled away and is riding, and this will settle the Australian down. I'll tell you what, he looks a different guy. He looks a different man, picking up some big points in the World Championship, and all of a sudden we've got Kurtz back at his best, and he starts his evening off with a really strong performance in heat number 3. Encouraging ride from Brennan. So the winner was Brady Kurtz with 3 points, Tom Brennan 2 points in his first ride, Jason Doyle on the pace 1 point for third, and Andre Lebedev's out of the points in heat number 3. But Brady Kurtz at a gate number 2, electric.
Yeah, really fast start from Brady on gate 2. There's the moment when he lifts. Thought he may lose that lead for a second, but he managed to keep his speed up, and here's the race into turn 3. Just gets over the top of Tom Brennan. Jason Doyle now has a look up the inside of Tom Brennan. You notice Tom Brennan in the red helmet there, has a couple of looks, knows Doyle's there, blocks him. Great slow-mo there of Brady Kurtz in top flight. Really has got this track dialed in, and you can see the crowd there.
Well, you like the crowd, certainly entertaining them, and you're dead right, Ollie. Brady Kurtz looks really on song in heat number 3, and he will be really pleased with that, and a good time, 60.9 seconds. He'll be pleased with that as well. Heat number 4 will complete the first block of races. Everybody would have had their first rides this evening. No practice earlier today, no qualifying, straight into the Grand Prix, just like the old days. Hanging around all day. Yeah. Hanging around, so we are delighted that the action is underway. Riders coming to tapes. Anders Thompson. Now, Thompson started well. He had 8 points from his first 3 rides, and he looked really good, actually. Just drifted out of the Grand Prix a touch towards the end.
Yeah, he did. Shame for him. It was the best show we've seen from him so far this season. But it shows he does know how to get around here, so hopefully more of that tonight.
Yeah, Kai Quebec looking for a better display. The man who got a 15-point maximum in Glasgow for the Grand Prix qualifier, he's in Terranzano for the GP Challenge, making his way back towards a full-time place in the Grand Prix in 2027, possibly. Let's see how he goes. Robert Lambert out here, of course, and he starts from the inside. Lambert will be looking to make the final if he can. Yeah, just missed out last night, a little bit up and down, pretty good. Lambert on the inside in red helmet colour, Huckenbeck gate 2 in blue, Thompson is gate 3 in white, and from the outside Jack Holder in yellow. Holder into 3rd in the World Championship now after a really strong display yesterday. Can he repeat? Here we go then. Turning down, green light comes on. Brakes are up, they're away. Thompson, 3 abreast in the first turn. Here comes Holder. Lovely first turn from Jack Holder. He's very good at that. I've seen him do that on many occasions. And Jack Holder swooping around the opposition. Lambert's through the second place. Thompson is right there out of gate number 3. Coming under pressure now from Kai Huckenbeck. But Jack Holder being hunted down by Lambert. But Holder, I tell you what, once again looking pretty good here.
Yeah, Robert Lambert though showing plenty of speed behind him. Lambert just made the start, but Jack Holder, we saw it last night a few times, just made it to the dirt line on the first corner before Robert, and that allowed him to slingshot around the outside. But Robert Lambert using that slightly wider line, putting him under plenty of pressure. Now having a look up the inside, switches back to the outside.
Holder in front, coming under pressure. Robert Lambert riding extremely well in second place. Can he find a way through? He's elected to go right round the inside. Holder now charging to the line. It's going to get close, but Holder does it. A bit like last night. Holder was out in front. Schmarslik passed him late on in the first race. Just didn't quite get the bike hooking up quite as well as he would have liked. A sense that Lambert had a little bit more speed. But Jack Holder, with a stunning performance in the first corner, picks up a really handy win from gate number 4 in heat number 4. So the man who is going along very nicely, just sense that Jack Holder could be on for quite some season if he can keep it all rolling and keep the consistency there. 3 points for Holder, he wins the race. Robert Lambert back in second place, 2 points. 1 point for Anders Thompson in third, and Kai Huckenbeck missed out in heat number 4. Everybody's had a taste of the track now, Ollie. Not quite as exciting as last night, but it's all settling down very nicely. Let's see heat 4 again.
It is, yeah. Robert Lambert, he just makes the best start, I think, from one. Under pressure from Thompson and Holder, but Holder gets his back wheel into that deeper dirt mid part of the track, and that allows him to get a little bit more traction, turn the bike a little bit less, and get around the outside of Lambert. After that, Lambert looked good in second, had plenty of speed, put Jack under pressure, very much like he did last night when they met. Didn't let him relax. There's the battle at the back between Thompson and Hülkenberg. There's Jack Holder in front, looking confident again, and he's showing a real liking to the Bellevue Stadium here. Like you said, he started the season strong. He's made LCQs every week. First final last night, and he's in with a shout.
Sprint winner, of course, yesterday with the first sprint winner, added 4 points to his name, so a very useful day yesterday, and he starts his second Grand Prix here in 2 days off from final start. Good to see Chris Holder here as well. So there's the position after everybody's had one ride. The winners are Kurtz, Quebec, Verena and Jack Holder. Second places for Jepsen Jensen, Robert Lambert, Max Frick and Tom Brennan. 1 point for Smarslik, Dorr, Anders Thompson, Dudek, and no points so far for Madsen, Hülkenberg, Lebedev and Panitsky. Early days, lots going to happen, a lot of racing to come. So a little bit of grading going on while we wait for heat number 5. I'm sure we get some reaction from the pit area with Emma as well.
Well, we've had this conversation last night after heat 1, so yeah, I'm just keeping my head down and focusing on the next heats.
What's your approach tonight? Apart from that, aside from that, what is your approach out there on the track?
Well, I want to be in the moment, focused on each heat, and yeah, just be as fast as possible.
We're seeing that heat that you were in, and we've seen this time and time again. It's just you out there, and you look like you're riding with such freedom, Casper.
Well, yeah, the first heat I had a pretty good setup, and the bike was riding smoothly, so yeah, I enjoyed the first heat for sure.
How's the track? Is it any different tonight from last night?
Well, it's still round, so no big changes, no big changes.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the night. Thank you so much, Casper.
Thank you.
It's still round, love it. Fantastic. Casper Verena getting his evening off to a super start. He's got a sense of humour as well. And so he's going to become quite a popular fella in the Grand Prix series. He already is, in truth.
Yeah.
But he's done remarkably well so far. He's already won a Grand Prix. It was a stunning win, of course, in the opening round. And he's got off to a really good start. We've got a bit of time to wait for him. He can relax for just a few moments because he's not out until heat number 8. Riders are now appearing for heat number 5. Let's have a look at the next 4 races. Holder, Quebec, Dudek and Doyle are out now. And heat number 6 is Hülkenberg, Tom Brennan, Smarslik, Panitsky. And we've got Kurtz, Lambert, Max Frick and Leon Madsen in heat number 7. And heat number 8, we've got Jepsen Jensen, Casper Verena, Andre Lebedev and Anders Thompson. So that's the next block of races coming up for you now. Riders making their way towards the tapes for heat number 5. Jack Holder out in consecutive races. Not a bad way, is actual fact. If you can pick up the 6 points in consecutive races, actually, really puts you in a strong position. Real good foundation.
Yeah, it does. It's nice. If you can start the meeting well, it obviously eases the nerves, takes the pressure off you, and sometimes riders respond better to that and ride better. They're more relaxed, ride more freely.
And, can very well be the case. Holder, a good winner in the previous race, possibly Lambert a touch quicker than him, but a good move around the first corner. Now a very different aspect as he sits on the start line this time, because he's right on the inside, so he needs to get away. He doesn't want to be trapped on the inside by Jan Quebec, because Quebec is looking good as well. He was a heat winner in heat number 1, so it could be quite a tussle between those two. Dudek looking to improve. Line wide still. The line up for you. Let's run through. Holder on the inside in red. Jan Quebec is out of gate number 2 in blue. Patrick Dudek gate 3 in white. And Jason Doyle on the outside in yellow. Here we go. Heat number 5. Revving up. Takes her up. And we're away. Holder looks like he's got. Here comes Doyle coming around the outside. Can he get there? Doyle's going to get there. Got the backward in the dirt. Throw off that first corner and fires himself to the front. Holder now going to have to wind it on in second place. Quebec is back in 3rd. Stunning move from the first turn. That outside run really working well tonight. We saw that with Holder and Casper Verena. And Jason Doyle winding on, looking good.
Yeah, excellent first lap from Doyle. Once again, the outside line on the first corner is working well. Doyle was first one onto it. More speed than Jack Holder around the first bend, and he looks good out in front. Quebec again in 3rd place, showing plenty of speed. Bearing in mind that's Jack Holder in 2nd, he's not letting him go. But Jason Doyle out in front, you can see the line starting to develop, riding wide out and wide out as the race goes on.
Well, this is vintage Doyle. Turning the clock back to 2017 when he was world champion. Hang on, Jason. The 40-year-old, 1 year on. That's a stunning ride. He enjoyed that.
He loved it.
You could see the body language coming over the start and finish line. He really was in the moment, big time. Punches the air and gets the better of his younger compatriot. An Australian 1-2. The Aussies have been flying around this track. They love it here. Jankovic going great guns back in third place. Dudek out of the points here. 3 points for Doyle, 2 for Holder, 1 for Quebec, and Dudek missing out. Hasn't started the night particularly well. 1 point from his 2 outages. Let's see it again. Good ride from Doyle this.
Yeah, keep your eye on Doyle in the yellow helmet colour. He's behind the Holder going into the first bend, but as soon as his back wheel touches that outside line, it just slingshots him round the outside of Jack Holder, and from then he commanded the race. He looked fast out in front. He was letting the bike flow on that outside line. There's something we've spoken about before. The riders clipping the fence down the straight. They're not actually clipping the fence. They're clipping the sort of berm of dirt up against the fence. Jason Doyle fully focused out in front. You could tell he enjoyed it, like you said. Looked relaxed. The body language was good coming off the last bend. And you need rides like that every now and then.
Oh yeah, that was a lovely ride. Nice. Well, you can do it five of them. You do 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
You pick up the prizes. There's no doubt about that. And Jason Doyle has been around. Tough man, Jason Doyle.
Hard as nails.
He is indeed. Heat number 6, and riders Hülkenberg just getting a hurry up with 45 seconds left. Did a bit of tuning down on the start, rather pit gate, excuse me. And Hülkenberg hasn't enjoyed a great run of success so far. Maybe he'll do something better here off gate number 1 this time. See the world champion out here for the second time. He's looking for his first win. He had a hard working third place where he was absolutely covered in shell. Michael Jepsen Jensen covering all the angles. But his starting hasn't been that good. It wasn't that great last night, despite the fact that he went straight through to the final. He's having to race his socks off to pick up the bigger points, that's for sure. Line up for heat 6 is with us. Hülkenberg's on the inside. Tom Brennan's gate number 2 in blue. Gate 3 in white as well. Off the outside. It's Nazar for the two. Here we go. Right down to the first corner. Tom Brennan putting himself about. Here comes Smarslik up the inside, neck and neck with Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg trying to hang on. And Smarslik now coming under threat from Tom Brennan. Brennan up the inside. Can he get there? He's going to get tight. Smarslik's really having to work overtime. Brennan making him work. Smarslik just about sneaking back into second place. He's not on full slump tonight, you know, Smarslik. But what did I say? Thought that Hülkenberg might do something from gate number 1, Ollie. I'll tell you what, he looks good here.
Yeah, he does indeed. It's another poor start from Smarslik. He was last going into the first bend. He's done his usual thing. He's wormed his way through to a decent position. But looking at the programme, if you're Bartosz Smarslik, you're picking this race out as one you definitely want to win. Kai Hülkenberg out in front, looks comfortable, and Smarslik can make no ground on him whatsoever.
Smarslik's shaking his head. I've never seen him do it before. Coming down as they went into the last lap, just did not have the speed. Hülkenberg, how about that? Where's that come from? Just hit the front. Smarslik had no answer, could not get to him. And the German just shows us what he's all about.
Yeah.
And that was a really encouraging ride for him. Brennan back in third place. But Hülkenberg picks up a very useful win. 3 points for him. Smarslik back in second place, 2 points. 1 point for Brennan in third. And Vinitsky just outpaced again here. But there's no question. That was a bit of a turn-up, but an excellent ride from the German from the inside gate.
Yeah, we see Hülkenberg from the inside. Quite a clever first corner. Doesn't go stupidly wide. Rides just a couple of metres off the inside. Smarslik dives up the inside of Brennan. There you can see with the body language. He's on the back of the seat going into the corner. Only man in the world that pulls stunts like that. But Kai Hülkenberg out in front. He had plenty of speed. I really expected Smarslik to make more ground on him, but he couldn't get anywhere near him.
No.
So, yeah, he'll be disappointed with that. He looks down on power. He doesn't look like he has the power off the start.
Spinning up, I think. They're quite just not hooking up. But that was a terrific ride from Hülkenberg. And the longer the race went on, the more dominant he was. We saw last night Smarslik actually close in on riders as the race came to its conclusion. There, Hülkenberg just kept easing away. Heat number 7. And this is a really good looking lineup here. There's some big hitters out here. There's no doubt that we could be in for quite a thrilling race. Racing is not quite as exciting as last night, but the track is evolving. It's had a lot of action on it, but I'm sure there is plenty of excitement and drama to come, that's for sure. Brady Kurtz out for the second time. Lambert, who had pace behind Holder in his first ride. Max Frick, who got his evening off to a solid second place, so good here. Kurtz is on the inside in the red helmet colour. Robert Lambert alongside him in gate number 2 in blue. Gate 3 in white is Max Frick doing plenty of guarding, and Leon Madsen, who was outpaced first time, looking for his first points of the evening. He'll start from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. This is a competitive race. Kurtz has started with a stunning start out of gate 2. Can he replicate that here from gate number 1? Boom. He can get it. He's there. Coming around the outside. Kurtz has hit the dirt. Lambert's up the inside. A lot of traffic for Frick. Oh!
Through the middle.
Great move from Frick. Frick comes steaming up the inside. Lambert has responded. I tell you what, you've got to be brave to be a Grand rider. They were so tight as they went through turns 3 and 4. Frick out in the dirt, but look at Kurtz go. He's stolen a march on the opposition. Lambert now settling in second place. Frick's out in the dirt in third, but Brady Kurtz riding out of his skin again.
Yeah, excellent start, excellent first bend from Brady. Had one thing on his mind. There was absolutely no way he was letting Max Frick use that line he used so well last night. Robert Lambert then, under pressure from Frick, kept it wound on. Incredibly brave ride by him, tucking to second. But Brady Kurtz at the moment, different postcode.
Indeed he is. It's just looking ominous for the other opposition. Must be looking at this and thinking, how's he doing it? He's making start after start.
Yeah.
Consistency away from the tapes, absolutely crucial so far this evening. And Brady Kurtz is absolutely dominant in that area. And once he hits the front, he is oozing confidence here tonight in round number 4 in the National Speedway Stadium. Kurtz, fine ride, 3 points for him. Robert Lambert back in second place, 2 points. 1 point for Leon Madsen. Disappointment for Max Frick, who looked quite uncomfortable actually there in heat number 7. Completely polar opposite is for Brady Kurtz. He was absolutely in sync, and there he is making his way back to his pit area. Let's have not quite sure what's going on there. But Michael Jepsen Jensen just making his way around to the start. Not sure if we'll see the replays of heat number 7 or not, but nonetheless I can assure you, as we've just witnessed, that Brady Kurtz was in stunning form. Heat number 8 will complete the second block of races, and we will have everybody having had a couple of rides. The riders are at tapes, starting to dig around, just trying to figure out where you are. If Bartosz Marzik doesn't figure out how to get off the start, he's not going to make the final.
No, he's not. No, he doesn't have the pace he had last night for whatever reason. Track conditions are slightly different, possibly a little bit more grip, but he doesn't have the pace he had last night.
Do you think there's a little bit more grip, do you?
Yeah, I think so. There's a bit more moisture in the track, a little bit more grip.
Fair play. So far, not quite working out for the world champion. We'll keep an eye on that. He's got 3 more opportunities, of course. Heat number 8, Michael Jepsen Jensen on the inside in the red helmet colour. Kasper Verina, he comes out of gate number 2 in blue. Aldo Lebedev's on a fresh bike, comes out of gate number 3 in white. And off the outside is Anders Thompson in the yellow helmet colour. Now, Kasper, Mr. Entertainment, as you have nicknamed him, it seems to have taken on a life of its own, that Mr. Entertainment. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. And he comes out of gate 2. He was a fine winner of his first ride from gate 4. Here we go. Takes her up, and we're charging into the first turn. It's Michael Jepsen Jensen. He gets there. Thompson's come through in the second place. Lebedev's on his second bike, comes through in the third, and Marino is back in 4th place right now. Michael Jepsen Jensen out in the dirt, pulling his arms off. He looks good. He's on the back wheel. He's enjoying that. He comes charging up the inside. Here we go. The fireworks are going off again. Back in the 3rd place for the Polish boy. But out in front is Michael Jepsen Jensen. Look at this from Lebedevs. Oh my goodness.
On the back wheel. Oh, incredible stuff there from Lebedevs. Lebedevs and Verina going at it for 1 point. Verina dived up the inside of him. Lebedevs then tried to go back around him. On the back wheel coming off turn 4, did incredibly well to stay on, but it's Michael Jepsen Jensen. He's stolen a mark, he's in front, and he looks good out in front.
Does indeed. Down the back straight. There's a Danish 1-2 here. And there's Thompson on the pace as well. But this is a terrific ride for Michael Jensen, turning on the start. He was on the pace last night, just didn't quite see it through. But that will give him some real confidence going into his latter rides. And for Jensen, he's going along pretty nicely now. And that is good. Of course, the fireworks and Mr. Entertainment back in third place. I mean, I've never seen a rider work so hard for just 1 point. Truly remarkable performance from Casper Verina. We do indeed.
We're here for
Here we go. Jensen, 3 points for him. He wins heat number 8. Anders Thompson solid in second place, 2 points. 1 point for Casper Verina in third. And Andrei Lebedev's just beaten up and misses out in heat number 8. Let's see it again.
All right, a lot going on here. Jensen in the red helmet makes the best start. He's miles clear. Opts to run wide on the first bend. At the moment, keep your eye on Verina in the blue helmet colour here. He's at the back. In fact, always keep your eye on Verina. That's a wise strategy. He cuts back, looks up the inside of Lebedev's. These two have a drag race into the first bend. Verina, I think it's front wheel across the curb, which you are allowed to do. Pushes up the inside of Lebedev's. Now Lebedev's in the white helmet colour. Here he is on the back wheel, coming off the corner. Off the throttle, did very well to save it. Lebedev's, as we said yesterday, doesn't look overly comfortable around here. Jensen looks good again, showed plenty of speed yesterday, and showing it again tonight.
Indeed, he is. And 5 points from his first 2 rides, going along very nicely indeed. And are we going to see the best of Michael Jensen on his return to Grand Prix in 2026 after almost a decade away? Looking good so far. He leads the way. Kurtz leads the way on 6. Holder on 5, so is Jensen. 4 for Dor, Kvek, Casper Verina on 4. Lambert likewise. Kai Hülkenberg on 3 points as well. He has had an awful run of injuries in the last year and a half, I would suggest. Absolutely terrifying injuries he sustained at the beginning of 2025. So good to see him here. As I say, there is the opportunity to get your tickets for the Speedway World Cup final in Warsaw, which is going to be staged at the end of August, on the 29th of August. QR code. We've got Poland, Australia and Great Britain are already there. One more qualifier to go. Possibly Denmark, maybe Sweden, but Denmark, I would suggest, are the favourites to be the 4th team for the Speedway World Cup. Big night of Speedway. Jack Holder looking good. Okay, well, we've got a moment. Emma is now joined by Scotty Nichols.
Scott, I want to talk about Brady Kurtz first of all, because he made the podium last night and he's had a perfect night here tonight. He seems hungry for it.
He has. It's his home track. He knows it inside out and he rides exceptionally well, but also goes to show when you get a bit clear track, you can just pull legs on people. I mean, Jason Doyle had a little bit of a tough start in his first race, but he managed to make a good first turn. Once you get clear track, you can really start, you can pick the line you want, so you can really start to build momentum up. The track's, that dirt line starting to appear now, and you can see the boys, if they get stuck behind, the dirt's damp and it's heavy, so it really slows you up. So line choice is really key.
Do you think Brady could do it tonight?
Oh, 100%. You know, he pushed Marsik for the title last year, so there's no question he can do it. I mean, he was close last night. Like you say, he's a perfect start tonight, but it all comes down to that final.
It certainly does. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks very much, Scott. Terrific chat with Emma. Good to have his input here this evening. Of course, Scott knows what it's like to race around here, and of course, a 7-time former British champion. He's in here, attendance, working with us tonight. So, racing about to get underway once again. Heat number 9 is with us, and Kurtz is out again. And I've got a fancy that he may just go 9 out of 9 here. On paper, I know you don't win many races on paper. He looks a red-hot favourite for heat number 9 for me. Panning down on this terrific track here in Manchester. And, we're about to get him. Panitsky, this is tough for Panitsky. Just doesn't quite look like he's on the pace. He hasn't scored a point so far. And this is a bit of a baptism of fire here coming to the National Speedway Stadium. Not the sort of conditions the youngster would have come across too often. So you can kind of understand it's a massive learning curve for him in 2026. Let's hope that he is better for it in the long run. So here we go then. Heat number 9, the lineup for you. That's Arpanitsky on the inside in the red helmet colour. Anders Thompson, gate number 2 in blue. Jankovic, gate 3 in white. And Brady Kurtz, the man who's unbeaten, leads the Grand Prix after 2 rides each. He's on the outside in the yellow helmet colour. And I fancy him here. I think he'll do the business. Let's see what goes on. Green light comes on now. Gates are up and we're away. Good start with Jankovic making it hard for Kurtz. Kurtz is having to... he did it last night. Jankovic has done it again. And Kurtz just couldn't find a way round the outside of the Czech man. And here he comes, he's coming at him, and Panitsky's on the inside, Jankovic on the outside, not a lot of racing room. Kurtz is in a little bit of trouble. Quebec now beginning to put pressure on Panitsky, but this could be a bit of a turn up for the boots. Now Kurtz coming round the outside.
Kurtz looking to cut back and go through the middle of the 2 riders down the home straight. He's done it. What a move from Brady Kurtz. Straight through the middle of Panitsky and Quebec. What a lap of speedway by him. Brady Kurtz in the yellow helmet steals a march now. Quebec now moving into second. This is much better from Panitsky though in third place.
Stunning lap of speedway from Brady Kurtz. It doesn't get better than that. The man on a mission tonight. He got second place last night. And Kurtz had to do it the hard way. But by golly, that was an impressive ride. That was chop draw speedway right there. Proper speedway race. 3 abreast coming into turn number 1. And total commitment from Kurtz. Had to be. If he had eased off, it could have got very untidy indeed. Yeah. Brady Kurtz, inspired in heat number 9. That was hard-earned 3 points there for Kurtz, but remains unbeaten. 2 points for a good ride from Jankovic. That's Arpanitsky on the pace. 1 point for him, and Anders Thompson misses out. And a spectacular race of the night in heat number 9.
Yeah, Brady Kurtz in gate 4. He's trying to get across Quebec, but Quebec is tough on him on the first bend. Has none of it. Moves him out of the way, and Kurtz, I don't think, will have expected that. And yeah, fair play to Quebec. Gives him a nudge, gives him another one, and just doesn't allow him the room to build his speed up. You then keep an eye on Brady Kurtz here. He goes deep into turns 3 and 4, and is this where he goes through the middle? No, this is a little bit earlier. I think at that point, had Panitsky not been there, Kurtz should have dived up the inside of Quebec, but that road was blocked. This is the move where he moves down the middle of them. That is incredible. 3 riders abreast going down the straight into the bend, and that move from Brady Kurtz is incredible. That's a man who's full of confidence.
Not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. And as you see on the replays there, big smiles in the camp, and a stunning ride in heat number 9 from Brady Kurtz. The man who lies in second place in the World Championship. But for how much longer? For how much longer? It could be him wearing the gold race jacket as we move towards round number 5 in 2 weeks' time at another home track for him in Wrocław, Poland. Heat number 10, riders are at tapes. Let's go through the lineup for you. Andrei Lebedev's looking for points on the inside, red helmet colour. Likewise, Patrick Dudek, gate number 2 in blue. Lambert, gate 3 in white. And Bartosz Marslik from the outside in yellow. Marslik hasn't been at the races off the tapes. Let's go. Lebedev makes a good start. This time, looks slightly different. He's working hard. He doesn't look comfortable. All over the place coming off that first turn, Marslik. Here comes Lambert now. Lambert in the dirt, chasing hard after the world champion. And the world champion's going to have company very soon. From 5:05, Robert Ruthless Lambert. Lambert looking good in second place. Lebedev's back in third. Marslik just doesn't look quite that comfortable.
No, Robert Lambert looks like he's got slightly more speed than Marslik. But Bartosz did what he needed to do. He made a good enough start to get around everyone and get some fresh air. He really needed that. Robert Lambert in second has got plenty of speed. The battle at the back, though, is Patrick Dudek. He's now trying to look around the outside of evidence. That's not going to happen. But Marslik in front. He needed this 3 points.
He's having to work hard. Relaxed on the bike at all. It's all body language, and he's done the business. Fair play to him. He is working so hard. I don't think the bike's quite with him, but he managed to really work over time and picked up a very useful 3 points. Needed it, and he doubles his score. in his third ride out tonight. Dudek really having a hard time, just not enjoying his visit to the National Speedway Stadium tonight. Bartosz Smarzlik having to work very hard for his points so far this evening. 3 points in heat number 10 for him. Robert Lambert back in second place, 2 points. 1 pound for Lebedevs, and Patrick Dudek misses out in heat number 10. Let's watch it again. You can see he's not really comfortable on the bike here tonight.
No, he's having to work his body a lot, and normally that's a sign of maybe a bike that's not quite working how you want it to. So he's compensating for that with moving his body and his balance on the bike. But you see Smarzlik in the yellow helmet. This is the first lap when he's in front. Robert made a lot of ground on him there by entering the turn a little bit wider. From then on, Smarzlik moved to the outside, and it doesn't look overly comfortable, like you say. But he needed the 3 points, he got them, and that's now put him in a good position to push on and get an LCQ spot at least.
Yeah, well, he's got a really tough race in heat number 14. If you look at heat number 14, Ollie, it is quite tasty. And if he can win that,
we like that.
That would be quite an accomplishment. We look forward to it. But right now, we have got heat number 11. And we're looking at Kasper Verina, who's going to start from the inside gate. He's looking to pick up a few more points here. He started with a nice win. He's on 4 so far. So he's been on the pace. He was pretty spectacular when he raced very hard for just 1 point and entertained us royally once again, that's for sure. So riders just preparing themselves. Give you the lineup. Verino is on the inside in the red helmet colour. Gate number 2 in blue is Jason Doyle. Gate 3 in white is Leon Madsen. And a stunning ride from Kai Hülkenberg last time to deny the world champion. He'll start from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Hülkenberg, keep your eyes on him. He could be a supply package here around the outside. Very nice up. Takes her up. We'll race it. Good start for Verino on the inside. Here comes Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg just about getting around the outside of Doyle. It's going to get there, you know. It's going to get there. He's done it. Sensational ride from Hülkenberg. Very brave indeed, because Doyle made work very hard. Verino's in the dirt. Oh, it's Madsen and Verino again. It's a deja vu movement. And here comes Verino up the inside now of Leon Madsen. But Kai Hülkenberg, well, he's reborn tonight. Fabulous stuff from the German.
Yeah, excellent first lap from Hülkenberg, incredibly brave. But the battle now is all about Verina in second. He's got Madsen looking up his inside. That's not a race you want to get involved in, because Madsen is quick round the curve. Verina now going back to his favourite outside line. He's going to go deep here off turn 4. Doyle now in the mix. Doyle's now going to try and line up the pair of them.
Jason Doyle coming on strong out the back, and he's still second place away. It's awfully tight. Hülkenberg is in another postcode, and he's looking great for a second consecutive win. No chance to the line. Oh, Madsen's stolen it. Madsen's stolen second place back away from Verina. And Jason Doyle, I thought for a moment Doyle might be able to get right into the bigger points there, but misses out. But Kai Hülkenberg, where's this come from? Really was in poor form last night.
You predicted it.
Yeah, and you've got to get lucky sometimes, Ollie. It just worked out. But by golly, it was a tough first corner from him. 3 points for Hülkenberg. Leon Madsen coming through into second place, 2 points, 1 point for Verina, and Jason Doyle missed out there. That was a hugely entertaining race, and this Grand Prix is just starting to come alive.
Yeah, it's waking up now. Keep your eye on Hülkenberg. Doyle tries to shut that door, but keeps the throttle wound on, gets around the outside of Verina. This is tight down the back straight. Just sneaks round. Verina knew he was coming, tried to shut the door, but didn't get there in time. Here's Verina with a dive up the inside of Madsen. Now where I think Verina went wrong is he didn't commit to the outside. His best corners were when he was wide. And once he got the lead back from Madsen, he moved back to the inside, rode a defensive line, and Madsen was faster than him around the curve, and I think that's where he went wrong. And there he is, you can see it there. He's trying to block Madsen. Instead of getting on with his own race and going as quick as he can, he's got involved in a duel. I mean, we love it, we love the excitement, but it's not the best way to ride around this stadium.
It was counterproductive in that particular moment, and those two had another battle royale. But look at that from Kai Hülkenberg. He's won his last 2 rides.
He's going for the Max Frick score.
He is, and will we need to see another surprise winner here tonight? Number 12, that will be the third block of races completed. And as I was just saying, it's just really livened up. It wasn't quite as exciting as last night, the first 8 races, but all of a sudden it's looking pretty tasty. It has come alive, and as you say, it's woken right up. League 12, we see Max Frisch. He looked very uncomfortable last time. Holders on the inside in red. Gate number 2 is Michael Jepsen-Jensen. He looks good tonight.
Frick will fancy this.
He will. Tom Brennan out of gate number 3, and Frick will start the race from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go, lead number 12. Here we go. Brennan tops back to the inside. 3, 4 abreast coming off the first corner. My goodness gracious me, Jack Holder had to work very hard for that, but he now hits the front. Keep your eyes on Jepsen-Jensen. He had a lot of speed last time, and he's going to hunt down. He's already slipping around the back. Holder out wide, a little bit untidy. He's having to really hang on to his motorbike. Jepsen-Jensen had pulled away from Frick, who isn't quite on the pace like he was last time. Jepsen-Jensen round the curve. This is going to get close.
Yeah.
Brilliant from Jepsen-Jensen.
Yeah,
Stunning ride.
Really intelligent ride by Jepsen-Jensen. Went tighter than anyone's been. Used that fresh dirt round the inside. The dirt line is so wide now. Look at Jack Holder. He's going out there now using that outside, but it's not there. He's looking to cut back. No. Jepsen-Jensen has got plenty of speed out in front, no matter where he puts his bike.
Jepsen-Jensen has ridden an absolute stormer here. Really smart bit of speedway from him. Closing the angles and comes through in fine style, and that's back-to-back wins for Michael Jepsen-Jensen, who is having a superb night. Really is going along very nicely. And as you said, you nailed that. An intelligent ride for Michael Jepsen-Jensen.
Don't miss a trick, Kelv. Not a trick.
Don't get too confident, son. It can backfire. But no, certainly that was a smashing ride. And he storms into second place in the Grand Prix on 8 points from 9. 3 points for Jepsen-Jensen, 2 for Holder, 1 for Frick in third, and Tom Brennan misses out in heat number 12. We've got a Grand Prix now, that's for sure.
We certainly have. Jack Holder, he's the one that makes the good start. He fully commits to the outside on the first bend, which is a long way to go. But at this point, we'd say he had the race under control. Jepsen-Jensen in the blue helmet. He said he'd be fast all night. He was fast last night. Things just didn't really go his way. It's possibly a little bit of track knowledge that he's learnt from last night. Looks good tonight. This is the line right round the curve. He's using you can see a dark area of the track where no one's used it, and he got plenty of grip, and that allowed him to propel across the inside of the corner and cut Jack Holder off. And that would have taken Jack by surprise, because I think Jack thought he was in the right part of the track.
Exactly that. He wasn't expecting it, and there's no doubt that Michael Jepsen-Jensen had all his racing brain well and truly switched on in heat number 12. This position after everybody's had 3 rides. Kurt's unbeaten, leading the way on 9. 3 rides, 8 points for Jepsen-Jensen, 7 points for Jack Holder, and Kai Hülkenberg, the surprise package, they're on 6 points, going along very nicely indeed. Very tightly bunched behind the top 3.
Wheels in line, so that's why this track is so exciting for the fans. There's so many lines, but as a rider, you're constantly aware that people are buzzing all over you. The confident riders stick to the line, and away they go.
Yeah, it's been so entertaining. Right, let's go wash our hands, shall we?
Thanks very much. Scott to give us some more insight into the changing conditions out there. And we are beginning to see exactly what it's all about. And as I say, the last 4 races have been the best 4 races of the evening so far. Brady Kurtz is the fastest man on track so far this evening, and he's the only unbeaten man so far tonight as well. Jason Doyle there, Brady Kurtz again, and Jack Holder, Kai Hülkenberg, who has won his last 2 rides, and is going along very nicely indeed. And Bartosz Zmarzlik, well, he's on 6 points, but by golly, is he having to work for him. Zmarzlik's actually got the fastest speed out there. We did get a 120 last night, but we're getting awfully close. We're getting closer and closer. But that's just an indication of how fast the guys are going around this National Speedway track. Zmarzlik has gone the furthest distance. And I don't think Michael Jepsen-Jensen is on that chart. Just shows you how you can win races by not going quite as far.
Yeah.
So now this is interesting. This is significant because we've now got 6 wins from the outside, 4 from gate 1, 2 from that gate number 2. No winners from gate number 3, and that's probably more in line what we expect from this track. Last night was a little bit of a change in that regard. Points scored from the 4 gates, 24 from the inside, 14 from gate 2, 10 from gate 3 and 24 from the outside. So gates 1 and 4 are the best places to start from so far tonight. Patrick Dudek, what's going on there? Don't quite get it. He's such a good rider, but he is out of form. So he will be keen to get going. But get your tickets with the QR code for the Speedway World Cup final at the end of August in Warsaw. The PGE Narodowy Stadium is the venue. Fabulous venue. Poland, Australia and Great Britain have already qualified. One qualifier to go in Riga early in August, and probably my favourites to come through to the World Cup from that qualifier will be Denmark. Denmark have got a good looking team, but they've got a race for it, and that will be on the Friday night for the Riga Grand Prix. So here we see the next 4 races. Heat number 13 is coming up now for you. Frick, Lebedevs, Kukenbeck and Kvek. Schmarzlik's out in heat 14 with Holder, Verena and Kurtz. Tough race, that one. Anders Thompson, Leon Madsen, Tom Brennan, Patrick Dudek. Dor Panitsky, Jepsen Jensen is going great guns, and Robert Lambert with 3 second places so far. He'll be out in heat number 16. Heat number 13. No upper tapes. Too much longer to go. Kvek has certainly put himself about. He made Brady Kurtz work very hard last time out, and Kurtz did remarkably well to actually charge through the middle. He was the meat and the sandwich as he went into turn number 1. Second time around, it was a brave move. There's their positions and the standings after everybody's had 3 rides. The only unbeaten man so far is Brady Kurtz. He is certainly the star performer at this stage. So Max Frick, last night's winner, not quite in the same form tonight. Needs a big ride here. He's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Andrei Lebedev's gate number 2 in blue. Kai Hülkenberg, well, keep an eye out for him. He's in gate number 3 in white, and Jan Kvek, he'll be involved, that's for sure. Off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go then. Heat number 13, we're racing. The great start to where's he going to go? He turns the bike side, gets his wheels in line, hits the front. Kvek is there. Here comes Hülkenberg coming up the inside. Kvek actually cleverly covers that. Max Frick this time electing to go right round the outside. Kvek is a little bit outside. Here comes Lebedev back into the picture with Hülkenberg relegated to the back, and that's a surprise. But Max Frick, whatever they've done, he looks a completely different rider here in heat number 11.
Yeah, great start for Frick. Clever first bend, didn't get too wide. He's finally got the best air he wanted. Big battle for second and third between Kvek and Lebedevs. Hülkenberg off the back of 2 wins on the bounce is now at the back. Dive up the inside from Lebedevs. Kvek, he's took the brunt of that. He's in third now. Hülkenberg at the back. He's getting in on the action. But Max Frick out in front, showing a little bit more of that form he showed last night.
Brilliant stuff for second and third between Andrei Lebedevs and Jan Kvek. That really has been quite a tussle. But Max Frick, that is much more akin to what we saw last night from him. Terrific ride. He just didn't quite get it to grips with it in his first 2 or 3 rides, but all of a sudden that has probably just boosted him big time, because Max Frick now moving on to 6 points. Needed that. That was really important ride from him. Lebedev's scrapping hard in second place with Jan Kvek back in third, 1 point for him, and Kai Hülkenberg unexpectedly misses out there in heat number 13. We'll watch it again. This was a nice ride, but a really good battle for second and third.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Max Frick made a great start from gate 1. After the track grading, he's opted to stay low on the first corner, which I think was a wide move. He's then headed to the outside. Here you see Hülkenberg, he's in on the mix at the moment. Lebedev's at the back. Jan Kvek in second place at this point in time. Keep an eye on Lebedev. That's where he chops back up the inside, dives up the inside of Kvek going into turn 1. Kvek returns the favour. Really tough race between those two.
It was a real dust-up, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Hülkenberg, he had plenty of speed at the back, as we've seen in his previous races, but I just think there were bikes being thrown everywhere. He couldn't see a clear way past.
Lovely ride from Max Frick. Now, heat number 14, this is some race. As I say, that was an important ride from Max Frick. He doubles his score. and he's set for an LCQ now, that's for sure. He'll want to try and get through and make another final if he can. Heat number 14, we spoke about this earlier. The lineup is very, very tasty indeed. Bartosz Smarzlik is out here. He hasn't been at his best so far this evening. He's on 6 points, and he's up against the man who is chasing him in the World Championship. Came in tonight and just 1 point behind in second place. And Kurtz is unbeaten so far. Unbeaten. And just throw in to the mix Mr. Entertainment, Kasper Verina, and he is there as well. So Bartosz Smarzlik on the inside, the red helmet colour. Jack Holder, gate number 2 in blue. Verina out of gate number 3 in white. And Brady Kurtz from the outside gate, the yellow helmet colour. This is a tough one. Everybody's in the points. Which way is it going to go? Start marshals away, green lights on, takes her up now, and I think Smarzlik's made a better start. He's got the clutch absolutely spot on. He's in the middle of the track. It's going to get past. It's going to get past. Here comes Verina up the inside. Verina coming into the thick of it. Jack Holder's at the back. Brady Kurtz absolutely stunning once again. It's a tough battle between Holder and Verina. Verina trying to hang on to third, but Holder's coming through. Verina hanging in there. He's a hard man to pass, but look at this. Brady Kurtz. Brady Kurtz is in a class of his own here. He is turning on the style. Just leaving the world champion in his wake. Stunning form from Kurtz.
Yeah, it was Smarzlik that made the best start, but Kurtz was straight onto that outside, swept round the outside of Smarzlik, and really, this will concern him. He hasn't got an answer to Kurtz. Kurtz is stretching his lead, and he looks brilliant out in front. Big battle for third place early on between Kasper Verina and Jack Holder, but Verina, he muscled his way into that third place and got the better of Jack. But what a ride from Kurtz.
Kurtz out of the top draw. That was truly stunning ride from Brady Kurtz. Just put it into context. He had the 6-time world champion behind him and a country mile behind. Smarzlik had absolutely no answer for the speed from Kurtz, and Kurtz is pumped. He is ready for it tonight, and he's got 4 out of 4. He's under 12. He's unbeaten. It doesn't look like getting beat.
Really
3 points. Brilliant stuff for him. 2 points for Smarzlik. Verina back in third place, 1 point. Jack Holder out the back. Big race. And a statement of intent from Brady Kurtz for sure.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, Smarzlik's gating has improved, but the speed is not there. Kurtz straight up onto that high outside line, and he's miles clear on the first lap, and he just stretches his lead from then on in. And it's a statement win, it really is. It's significant for Kurtz and Smarzlik in the World Championship race, I think. Smarzlik doesn't look his best. We've said it all season, but this is this is him struggling the most we've seen. It doesn't look good for him, I must say. There's someone who's enjoying himself. Verina in third, him and Jack Holder going toe-to-toe for a couple of laps. Crowd enjoyed that one. They're pleased to see the homeboy Kurtz get the 3 points.
Well, Kurtz is dominating this Grand Prix, and he will be almost certainly in the final with his performance so far. Unbeaten on 12. Be highly unlikely if he doesn't go straight through to the final, so he won't have the pressure of an LCQ here tonight. He's the only man who has remained unbeaten at this stage of the evening. So he's number 15. And, see what's going to go on here. We've got Tom Brennan out. Brennan, what's he on? He's on 3 points, I think, Brennan. So he'd like to just add to that. Dudek's out here. He's having an awful night. Don't really know what goes on with Patrick at times. He's such a good rider. On the inside is Anders Thompson, red helmet coloured. Gate number 2 in blue is Max, and gate 3 is Brennan. And on the outside is Patrick Dudek in the yellow helmet colour. Revs up, takes up. Let's go. Let's start from Thompson on the inside. He gets himself to the front. Neil Madsen has followed it through. Dudek's gone right round the outside. That's a better effort from Dudek. Should be able to get into second place. He's electing to go very wide again. Thompson's in the middle of the track. He might be vulnerable there. Might be vulnerable. He is. And here comes Dudek. Dudek's going to have to put it in the dirt. Going to have to, and he does. And now Madsen once again working that inside. And that was much better from Patrick Dudek. Beginning to wind it on. It's tight behind him. Dudek out in front.
Great ride from Dudek, finally getting onto that outside line. Leon Madsen using that favoured inside line of his to creep around the curve and push past Thompson as well. Thompson doesn't have the speed tonight at all, but Dudek out in front. He needs these 3 points. The 2 Danish boys in second and third. Tom Brennan, unfortunately for him, not on the pace tonight and in third place, last place at the moment, sorry.
Yeah, lovely ride. Talking about Patrick Dudek before, really disconsolate when he went off the track last time, shaking his head, pushing the bike, all out of sorts. Tom Brennan disappointed there, makes his way back to the pits, but for Patrick Dudek had to be brave, had to be committed early part of that race. He was. Leon Madsen and Anders Thompson working hard behind him. Much better from Patrick Dudek, the European champion. 3 points for him. 2 points in second place, Leon Madsen. Anders Thompson in third, 1 point. And the wild card, Tom Brennan, misses out in heat number 15. This is more like it from Dudek.
Yeah, it's more what we sort of expect from him, really. Hasn't shown much of that form yet this year. It's Thompson who makes the start from the inside, holds a tight line for the first lap. It almost forces Dudek's hand, really. He's got no option but to stay out there. And he committed to it and got round it. It was a great ride from him. There you see Leon Madsen, he pushes his way up the inside. We know he can ride the inside well, gets his bikes working well on the slicker part of the track. And he then started to put Dudek under a little bit of pressure, but much better from Dudek.
Well, he needed it. He was desperate for points.
Yeah.
Only had 1 point before this.
Yeah.
So, Dudek fans delighted with that performance. As I say, 1 point from 3, and then suddenly out of nowhere he picks up a win. Still doesn't look very happy, but he has got a chance with another win in his last ride of sneaking in to the LCQ. He comes out of gate number 1 and heat number 20. So here we go, we're powering through the races here. Heat number 16, that will complete the fourth block of races. There's the standings on the right hand side. Kurt's in dominant form, dominating the Grand Prix, but Jepsen Jensen with a win here can close within a point, and you would suggest that Jepsen Jensen can do it. He has ridden superbly well. It could very well be Jepsen Jensen and Kurtz that goes straight through to the final. Doyle's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Vinitsky alongside him in blue. Gate number 3 in white is Jepsen Jensen, and Robert Lambert will start from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Heat number 16, revs up. Goes her up and we're away. Starts the door, makes his way to the first turn. He elects to go very, very wide. I think it's going to work out. Just about. Yes, it does. He's got his nose in front as they're going to turn 3 the first time again, electing to go very wide. Robert Lambert, here comes Michael Jepsen Jensen up the inside. It's going to get close here. Very close indeed. Robert Lambert's right in the thick of the action. Jepsen Jensen's there as well. That's very close, going down the back straight for the second time. But Jason Doyle, a winner earlier on, widening it on in front again.
Yeah, Jepsen Jensen using that inside line on turn 3 and 4 that he's used before. He puts it up the inside of Lambert. Doyle hasn't quite got the pace, I don't think, of the other two. Every time Lambert catches him, he then comes under pressure from Jepsen Jensen.
Here comes
Puts it up the inside.
Brilliant.
He loves that inside line.
Jepsen Jensen turning it inside out. Doyle's on the outside. Untidy, and Jepsen Jensen has done it again. What a stunning ride from the Danish rider. Fabulous action between Jepsen Jensen, Doyle and Lambert. But the Danish man back in the Grand Prix. Where's he been? Where has he been? But I tell you what, he's come back in style. He's arrived in style tonight. He's come in a chauffeur. And he's got a limo out the back. Fabulous stuff from Michael Jepsen Jensen. 3 points for him. Stunning ride, really clever. 2 points for Doyle. Robert Lambert in third, trying awfully hard. And Panitsky had the best seat in the house. Unfortunately, he fails to score. This is a lovely race in E16, this is.
Yeah, it really is. Doyle, gate 1, one thing on his mind, he's going straight to the outside, blocks everyone's move, and builds his speed up, carries that down the back straight. And at this moment in time, he's got the race under control. Lambert starts putting Doyle under pressure, and I think had Jepsen Jensen not got involved, Lambert had the opportunity to pass Doyle. I think he had more speed than him. But once Jepsen Jensen started using that inside line, I think it took Robert off his game. and involved him in a race he probably didn't need. Look at that on the back wheel. Right, don't do that at home, kids. Right leg off the foot peg, and that's the line he uses so well. Right across the curve. He does it again now. Turns 1 and 2. Look where his front wheel's over the curve. His back wheel is on dirt that no one's used all day, and he comes out the corner miles clear. Really intelligent ride from the day.
Stunning ride from Michael Jepsen-Jensen, moves on to 11 points, and is really keeping Brady Kurtz very close indeed. And there's no doubt that Kurtz and Michael Jepsen-Jensen have a showdown in heat number 20. Got the feeling they're both going to go through to the final anyway. Kurtz leads the way after 4 rides on 12. He's unbeaten. Michael Jepsen-Jensen, we're waxing lyrical about him. He's riding superbly well tonight. Smarslick somehow is in 3rd place on 8 points. Unlikely to make the final. Simply just can't see it. Jack Holder, Quebec, Robert Lambert, Hülkenberg, Jason Dawes. That's your top 8. Max Frick and Verena is in 10th place. So Kurtz and Michael Jepsen-Jensen lead the way after 4 rides on 12 and 11 points. We missed. So here we go. There are some dark clouds just looming over the back of the stadium. Let's hope they stay away.
It is Manchester.
Let's just hope to stay away. Heat number 17, we've got Quebec, Verena, Lambert and Brennan. Jason Dawes, Smarslick, Max Frick and Anders Thompson in heat number 18. Leon Madsen, Lebedev, Jack Holden, Panitsky, heat number 19. And Dudek, Hülkenberg, Kurtz and Jepsen-Jensen. That clash of the top 2 here tonight in heat number 20. Here we go. Robert Lambert has had a tough night. He looks really quick, just hasn't quite been able to get his nose in front. Can he finish his qualifying heat off with a win here in number 17 out of gate 3? Won't be easy to Quebec, who we're focusing on there on the inside, has been good. This man, well, you can never count this man out. This man is involved in every race. And Tom Brennan, well, he started strongly tonight, but has faded away. And just finding Grand Prix just a little tough. It is so hectic out there. And getting used to that ferocity of racing, it is not easy.
No, not at all. It's been a tough night for him. We know he wanted more, expects a lot of himself, so he'll be disappointed.
We're settling down. This will be the 5th ride for all the competitors. Line up for you is Quebec on the inside in red. Gate number 2 is Casper Verena in the blue helmet colour. Robert Lambert at gate 3 in white. And Tom Brennan will start from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Quebec has been on the pace. Quebec has picked up 7 points so far. The win here, it'll be a good pick for the LCQ. Let's go. Ooh. What happened there? Untidy start. No red lights though. No red lights. Half expected to see a red light. Yeah, Quebec has fired himself to the front. Do we see it now? Yeah, we do. On, yeah. The referee has allowed them to get right round the first corner, down the back straight, and then has elected to put the red lights on. I'm not quite sure, but it was a very untidy start. Verena sort of may have moved and then stopped.
Yeah.
And Quebec was away. We'll see the replay once again, but certainly a very untidy start. Who was responsible for it? Here we go. Let's have a look.
Verena moved.
Verena moved, then stopped, then missed it. In truth, he should have let it go.
Yeah.
Because he penalised himself.
Robert moves as well. Yeah, Robert moves as well.
So there'll be 2 warnings handed out here. When you move at the start like that and the red light comes on, then there'll be warnings handed out, and that will be for Robert Lambert and for Casper Verena. There won't be an exclusion, so a second chance here. The man that will be a little frustrated will be Jan Quebec, because he was away. But we're just having it confirmed. Yes, blue and white. Less than a minute to go for riders to get themselves back round to the start for heat number 17, with the clouds just beginning to gather in the background. We have it confirmed. The warnings are being handed out left, right and centre. Now, what that means for those people that are watching for the first time, if they do that again, then they will be excluded. So they have to be disciplined. They have to be patient on the start line for the restart of heat number 17. Less than 30 seconds to go, and that also means that you have to be ready to race once that clock has run down. At the tapes, raring to go. So Lambert just doing a bit of added gardening. He's watching the clock down. Restart. Quebec's on the inside, red helmet colour. Verena gate 2 in blue. Lambert gate 3 in white. Tom Brennan gate 4 in yellow. Here we go. Second time of asking. Lambert comes forward now with 2 seconds remaining. Tight on time. We're racing. We've done it again. Marina's elected to go right round the outside. Should just about hang on to second place. He does indeed. There's a nice first corner from Quebec. Charging into the bottom corner. He now elects to go wide. Blocks the move from Farina. Lambert back in third place. Disappointing for Robert Lambert. But Casper Verino, keep your eyes on him. He's working overtime in second place with Quebec. Holding strong out in front at the moment.
He is. So Robert Lambert's a danger in third. Looks like he's got plenty of speed. He just can't get onto the part of the racetrack that he wants to use. Marina, inside, outside. He now cuts back to the inside. He's going to go across the front of Quebec.
Oh!
That's tight. That's really... He's hitting down the back straight.
Clash.
Yeah, incredibly tight.
Flash down the back straight. That could have got very untidy indeed. Marina lifting again. Stunning right now. Here comes Quebec. Payback indeed, but Quebec read it beautifully. Steams back up the inside. What a speedway race! Now he pulls a lock up. Here comes Quebec up the inside. Scratch that finish. Stunning ride from Quebec.
Yeah.
Casper Verina made a mistake there. Should have committed to the outside. Probably would have hung on for the lead. But an outstanding race. An outstanding race in heat number 17. And Jan Quebec. Wow, what a performance. And I must say, that was a tough speedway race.
Yeah.
And check Jan Quebec coming out on top.
No
3
business,
points.
does he?
3 points for him. Marina, 2 points in second place. 1 point for Robert Lambert, and Tom Brennan missed out. Disappointing ride from Lambert. I thought he might be able to get to the front. But this is an exciting race, heat number 17.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Verina from gate 2 elects to go really high on the first bend, uses that outside line, trying to build some speed up. Lambert looked like he had loads of pace in third, but just no options to get involved. Quebec out in front at the moment. Soon we'll see Verina chop across the inside of turns 1 and 2 and go straight across the front of Quebec. This is Lambert having a little look up the inside of Verina. Couldn't quite get there. He go. A smash. He hits him down the back straight. Quebec's nearly off the bike there. And Verina knows exactly what he's doing. He moves across the front of him, shuts the door. Wow. And this is where... And Quebec gets him back. Does exactly this. There you go. Verina reads it. And yeah, what a race between those two. And here we go. Last corner. And you can see this again. Oh,
yeah,
he has
comes off the last corner.
Yeah.
Smart move, Ollie.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt that Jan Quebec is doing a great night. And he finishes on 10 points. He's going to have a very good pick for the LCQ. That's a strong showing for the injury replacement rider here tonight in the National Speedway Stadium. In number 18, we see the world champion. Sense that the world champion simply must win this if he wants to have the first pick for an LCQ. Having to do it the hard way tonight. But wouldn't put all my money on him tonight. Doyle on the inside, red helmet colour. Smiles at gate number 2 in blue. Max Frick, a much better ride last time. He's gate 3 in white. Anders Thompson on 4 points. He goes from the outside in yellow. What are we going to get from Smiles at this time? A bit unpredictable so far this evening in round 4 of the World Speedway Championship. They're racing. And over the first turn. Nathan Doyle has made a lovely start. Frick cuts back to the inside. Smart move from him. He gets Smiles to the back. He's coming around the outside. By golly, he's having to work hard again. Frick has done a stunning first turn. Smiles it's all over the place. They're 4 abreast. Working overtime. Doesn't look very happy. Max Frick now in the middle of the track, being chased hard by Bartosz Smarslik. Again, the bike not quite working with him. Here comes Doyle around the outside as well. But Max Frick is turning on the style here. And Smarslik, at the moment, hasn't got any answers.
No, unusually Smarslik opting to use the inside line. Doyle trying to build his speed up. He's now got involved in a battle with Thompson. But Max Frick, great ride from him. Not riding anything like he was last night. He was on the bottom of the bench last night. And now he's round the curve. But looking like he's going to have 3 points in the bag.
Max Frick, super ride from him. Started slowly tonight. He's going to win his last 2 qualifying races. And looking much, much better. Bartosz Smarslik, I suspect, is a touch confused. What is going on? Why can't I catch the opposition? So rarely see that. Once he gets away, he normally closes in on riders, but not tonight. And he's going to have to do it the hard way here this evening. Frick, 3 points, nice ride. Smarslik back in second place, 2 points. Doyle in third, 1. Thompson misses out in a hectic heat number 18. We'll see it again, and Max Frick coming to the party now.
Yeah, good gate from Doyle. Elects to keep low on the first bend. Smarslick has gone really wide. There's not as much dirt there now on the outside. That line just isn't as available, isn't as good. You see, Smarslick's trying to work the bike so hard. He's lifting and he's pulling lockers, and it's just not. It's untidy, and he's losing so much speed because of it. One thing here at Bellevue, you have to be smooth. To keep your speed up, you have to be smooth. And Smarslick's just not. He's fighting the bike too much. Great ride from Frick.
Frick finishes his qualifying races on 9, and he has turned the style on, and plenty of support for the Australian. As I said, he looked untidy and uncomfortable earlier on, and just had a couple of points from his first 2 rides, and then really has finished in grand style. He won his last 2 outings to pick up 7 from his final 3 outings in the qualifiers. We'll see him in an LCQ a little later on. Number 19 is with us, and we've got riders here that are all very hungry for points. Holder's in there, not going quite as well as last night. He needs points. Leon Madsen desperate for points. He's outside the top 10. He needs a big ride here. Jack Holder not quite at the races here tonight after a really good showing yesterday, winning the sprint race and making the rostrum as well. Line up for number 19. Leon Madsen's on the inside in red. Andrei Lebedev's gate number 2 in blue. Jack Holder gate 3 in white, and Nazar Donetsky from Ukraine goes from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Track slickened off now. Quite a different racetrack. 19. He'll stay on the inside, that's for sure. Donetsky coming around the outside. Can he do it? He's on the back wheel. He's coming in there. Jack Holder caught in traffic down the back straight. Just had to come out of the throttle a bit of it. Donetsky again going wide. Look at Holder. That's come from nowhere. Nothing right. Jack Holder. Now Leon Madsen, where we're not used to seeing him. He doesn't like it, but he chomps back to the inside. Yeah, back to the inside. Real good dust up out in front. Here comes Jack Holder around the outside. Brilliant race here, and he's number 19.
Yeah, really clever ride there from Chris Holder. Intelligent first lap to squeeze his way through the middle and work his way to the front. He's under pressure now from Madsen. Madsen now electing to go wider than he normally does here at Bellevue. But Jack Holder, it's well needed 3 points. This will move him on to 10. He hasn't had the pace he had last night, but still, he's going to be through to the LCQ.
Super ride from Jack Holder. Hasn't had a great night, but he finishes qualifiers off with a really good ride there. He'll be pleased to get the better of Leon Madsen. Of course, Madsen winning a couple of weeks ago in Prague. Hasn't had the best of evenings here tonight. And will he make the LCQs? Possibly, but he's going to have to wait. Jack Holder now moves up into 3rd place by being on 10 points, and probably as a consequence of having a faster race time. It is 61.7 beats a 61.8 of Jan Kovac, so that is handy. That's handy because he leapfrogs Bartosz Smarslik as well. Holder 3, Leon Madsen 2, 1 point for Lebedevs. Nazar Panitsky missed out in heat number 19. Clever ride here from Jack Holder.
Yeah, it was. I didn't really see where it came from, to be honest. My eyes were on Madsen. He makes a start, keeps it low on the first bend, and has a little look over his shoulder. Panitsky's making no impression. At the moment, Jack Holder's he's at the back. He goes through the middle of Parnitsky and now looks up the inside of Madsen. This is where they get involved in a bit of a duel. Madsen goes up the inside of Holder. Holder then creeps back down the outside, kind of using that mid-track, and there's a little bit of dirt there. So Holder lift both feet off the foot pegs. Incredible bike control. But here, 3 points well needed for Jack Holder.
Yeah, didn't score in his 4th ride, so a nice bounce back for the Australian who was on the rostrum last night. And through to the LCQ, looks like he could have the first pick. Here we go then, heat number 20. We'll see the top 2 in the Grand Prix going head-to-head here to complete the qualifiers before the LCQs. Heat number 20, the man who's unbeaten will start from gate number 3 here. There's the standings. They're through to the final. They don't actually need a point. They're already there, but there will be some psychology as well. Of course, Jepsen Jensen was clearly really enjoying it and riding out of his skin tonight. Can he beat Kurtz? Dudek, he's on the inside in red. Kai Hülkenberg's gate number 2 in blue. Brady Kurtz, the man on 12 out of 12. He starts from gate 3 in white. And Michael Jepsen Jensen will go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. The dirt is very, very wide, as you say. Inside line is beginning to work better. The shorter distance is favourable What's going to happen here in heat number 20? So racing. Hülkenberg's there. Michael Jensen chopping back. He's going to block Kurtz. He's going to block him down the back. No room at the end down the back straight. Here comes Jensen. Smart move from him. He's in the dirt, man, big time. Kurtz is trying to sneak up the inside, but he's in track. This is excellent. Excellent for Michael Jensen. And if it stays like this, he might actually end up being the first pick. Wow! We've got some racing going on here in heat number 20.
Yeah,
real dust up.
Either side of Kurtz. You don't see that happen very often. Jensen, he's out in front. Kurtz has gone back to that favourite outside line of his. He needs to go wider. He's not getting quite enough grip. He can't go much wider, but he needs to. Here he goes. Dudek cuts that line off. Whoa. Kurtz cuts back. Is he going to go through the middle again? He does. What a move.
Brady Kurtz working overtime. Here comes Hülkenberg back at him. They're going back, and Kurtz has gone from second to fourth. He's in awful trouble going into turn number 3. What a stunning race it is. Can he recover? No, he can't. He's out of the points. Jensen top scores. Can you believe what you're witnessing? This is truly remarkable. Kurtz, who was unbeaten going in heat number 20, fails to score. Jensen, stunning ride from him, picks up the points, finishes on 14. And he's going to have the first pick. Will he win a Grand Prix again? Last time he won a Grand Prix, 2012.
Wow.
2012 was a wild card in Denmark. Voyens. Long time ago. Not sure a lot of the people watching were born. Michael Jensen, how about that? 3 points for him. Kai Hülkenberg, strong ride in second place, 2 points for him, 1 point for Patrick Dudek, and the luckless Brady Kurtz. He was second, he was last, he was second. I mean, that was such a tear up, but he failed to score and completes his evening prior to the LCQs in the final on 12. But he's in the final.
He is indeed. That's Brady Kurtz. He had the unfavourable gate 3. Didn't quite make it there. Jensen, he's in the yellow helmet. He turns back and he knows what he's going to do. He knows what Kurtz is up to, so he cuts back on Kurtz and then cuts him off coming off the corner. Here you see, moves across the front of Kurtz, no room down that alleyway. He then sets out to the outside and he will swoop around these riders and just get across the front of Hülkenberg going into turn 1. From then on, it's all about Jensen out front and a big battle for second place. There's Kurtz. He's been unbeaten tonight, and he's just had 2 riders go either side of him down the back straight. There's real decisions to be made here now because there's not a definitive fast line. It's not. Last night there was no doubt it was the bottom of the fence. That's where you need to be. But right now the track's changing. The inside is an option, and Jensen seems to have had it worked out better than anyone at the moment. So well done to him, top qualifier. He's had a great night.
Indeed he has. That was a stunning way to finish his qualifiers, and he goes straight into the final on 14 points. Jensen really enjoying himself. That is an impressive scorecard so far. So the LCQs, the way I reckon, line up like this. Third place holder, Frick is in there, Verena and Lambert. That's LCQ 1. Then you've got Kvet, Smarslick, Hülkenberg and Doyle. And there'll be an LCQ 2. Gate positions 1 and 4. There's your positions after everybody's had 5 outings. 14 to Jensen. Brady Kurtz 12. Jack Holder on 10s. And Jan Kvet likewise on 10 points. Smarslick there in 5th because of a slower race time in 5th place on 10 points. Okay, right. Let's get down to Emma for the gate selection for LCQ 1.
Cheers, Kelvin. Yeah, it is time for gate selection for LCQ 1, and we'll start with Jack Holder. Where's he going to go? He's having a little think. Hovering near the red gate. And that is where he settles, on the red gate, the inside gate. Okay, next up, Max Frick heads straight for the blue gate, gate number 2. Casper Verena, come and select your gate. Go straight for the outside gate, the yellow gate. And finally, Robert Lambert goes for the white gate. Okay, that is it for gate selection for LCQ 1. Next up then, it's time for gate selection for LCQ 2, starting with Jan Kvet. who also head straight for the red gate. Oh, steady on there, Jan, the inside gate. Next up, Bartosz Marzlik. If you can see Bartek, can you come and select your gate? He heads straight for the outside gate, the yellow gate. Kai Huckenbeck, come and make your gate selection. It goes for the blue gate. And finally, Jason Doyle heads straight over, if you can see it, Jason, to the white gate. Okay, that is it for gate selection for LCQ2. Best of luck.
Number 1, Frick. Gate 2, Lambert. Gate 3 and Verena at gate number 4 in LCQ1. And the lineup for LCQ number 2, we'll see Kvyat come out of the inside gate. Gate 2 is looking good. And Doyle out of gate 3. Smarslik will start from gate number 4, electing to gate number 4 after not having the best of times in the final on gate number 4 last night, but clearly not deterred by that. Yeah. It's
a strange move for him, because I think...
Excuse me, Huckenbeck will come out of gate 2 in LCQ2 as well, so he's done well, the German. He's turned his fortunes around tonight.
Yeah, Smarzlik's using gate 4, controversial. That gate has scored a lot of points, but I think a lot of them came earlier in the meeting.
Right.
I think it's gone off a little bit.
Interesting, it's a good point you make, because Frick actually didn't hesitate. He came straight and went for gate 2.
Yeah.
And there's no question that Max Frick is a real danger, and this LCQ1 has got some big hitters here.
Yeah.
Lambert hasn't won a race tonight, and if he can win this one, it would be very timely, because he would make the final. And of course, as the sole representative now left in the Grand Prix for Great Britain, he would make himself a real hero if he can delight this massive home crowd here this evening and make the final in round number 4. He'd dearly love to. He won the British final here last year in stunning style, and he knows what it takes to win races. Riders have been released, and they're coming out for the first last chance qualifier here tonight. Jack Holder had the first pick, courtesy. There were about 3 of them all on 10 points, and he got the first pick in LCQ1 because he had the fastest race time. He had a 61.778, and that beat the times of Jan Kvyat and Bartosz Marzlik, who were also on 10 points. That's the way it works, and hence that young Jack had the first choice here in LCQ1. Hope that helps you. I was a bit confused about that last time, but I think I've got my head around it now. Riders up at tapes. Only one rider going through. Michael Jepsen-Jensen and Brady Kurtz already in the final. They'll be keeping a close eye on proceedings, but they can just cool off for a second or two. These are sudden death. Only the winners go through. Will it be Verena? He went through the LCQ, of course, in Landshoot when he won the opening round of the World Championship. He's been in the thick of the action again. You can't take your eyes off of him. Holders on the inside in the red helmet colour. Max Frick, gate number 2 in blue. Gate number 3 in white, with a warning, is Robert Lambert. Likewise, Casper Verena, he will go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. This is a nice lineup, and Max Frick could be the spoiler here. He really has picked up the pace the longer the night's gone on. Saying that, it's a really useful ride from Jack Holder last time, getting the better of Madsen. It's a tough one to call, really is. Here we go then, LCQ1, great start from Holder on the inside. Starting to the front, here comes Verena. Lambert up the inside, stunning move from him. They're going to try and go either side of him, but Robert Lambert for the first time hits the front. Jack Holder right round the fence. Max Frick is following him, and Holder now fires himself to the front. Stunning first lap, gets the better of Robert Lambert. Verena doing likewise round the outside, generating speed. It's going to dive for him. Oh, Verena up the inside, steams into second place. But Jack Holder had the pick. He's away. He's stolen the march of the opposition, and they're fighting so hard for second and third.
Yeah, incredible first lap from Holder. Made the start. Lambert passes him. Lambert's now gone to the back. But Jack Holder used that outside line on 3 and 4 to get round the outside of Lambert. Lambert now has a look up the inside of Verena, but it's all going on for second. But Jack Holder, very good ride from him. He's cleared off in front. Here comes Matt Frick round the outside, turn 3 and 4. Here he comes. Is he going to get second place? Yes,
Jack Holder Jack Holder's the one, smashing race, sorry Ollie, smashing race for second, but the real focus of attention, only one rider goes through, and that is Jack Holder. That is Jack Holder. He took the choice of going for gate number 1, he was under pressure, and he produced the goods. Terrific race for second and third, but unfortunately all those guys miss out. But championship points on the line, and Frick from nowhere comes through the second. But Jack Holder joins Brady Kurtz and Michael Jensen in the final, 2 consecutive finals for the Australian. Jack Holder, the winner of the first sprint race yesterday, and made the rostrum in round number 3. Let's see it again.
Yeah, Jack Holder makes a lightning start from gate 1. Watch Robert Lambert in the white helmet colour. He uses that fresh dirt around the inside, and at this point I thought Robert might push on. First time he's hit the front tonight, but he elects to stay tight on turns 3 and 4. You can see Jack Holder, he went straight to the outside and used that speed to get round Robert. Marino now, he builds his speed up on the outside, cuts back, and you're going to see him dive. Here we go, dives up the inside of Lambert for second. But yeah, as you said, Kelvin, this race is all about the winner. And that is Jack Holder out front. Great ride by him, and it's been 2 solid nights for him.
Indeed it is. So now, crunch time for Bartosz Zmarzlik. Kurtz, 1 point cut behind coming into this round tonight. 46 points to Zmarzlik, 45 for the world champion. The 2 Australians congratulating each other. Holder's through. But Kurtz, Zmarzlik doesn't make it. Kurtz is going to be the leader of the World Championship going into round number 5 in 2 weeks' time at another home track in Wrocław. He rides there. He knows it like the back of his hand. LCQ2. What a moment. Zmarzlik has had to work very hard. At times he's looked untidy, which is rare. You know, when you consider how good he's been, but there's no question there's been some soul searching going on in the World Champions camp here this evening in the National Speedway Stadium. Kvek, don't rule him out, he's on the inside in red. Hülkenberg's gate 2 in blue. But Jason Doyle, who just crept in on 7 points, he's gate 3 in white. Bartosz Zmarzlik will start from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. I'm going to go with Zmarzlik, but I haven't got a great deal of confidence behind it. Here we go then. Start marshal moves away. Green light comes on. Red tapes are up, we're racing. Kvek's made a lovely start. Zmarzlik's going to have to work hard here. He's nowhere. Pulls a huge locker and he's at the back. Kvek now, Doyle. Doyle comes through. Zmarzlik trying to follow him through, running very wide in turns 3 and 4. There's 3 abreast as they complete the lap. Oh, wow! Zmarzlik dives to the front. Here comes Doyle. Swaps back. Brilliant Speedway. That is just quality Speedway. And Zmarzlik really switched on here in LCQ2.
Yeah, really intelligent ride by Zmarzlik. Dives up the inside of Doyle, goes deep into the corner. He knows exactly what Doyle's going to do back to him. So cuts back, reads it like a book. This is the fastest we've seen him look all night. And Zmarzlik now clearing off in front. Incredible ride from the world champion.
Well, this is his best ride of the night, you're right. Absolutely spot on. He has been dominant here. Terrific couple of laps. Doyle's ridden strongly back in second place. Good showing from him. Kvek back in third. Hülkenberg back at the back. But the world champion under huge pressure. That's a mark of a champion right there.
It is, yeah.
Because he had his back against the wall. Hasn't been at his best. We say that over and over. But he has made another final. That's 4 consecutive finals in 2026.
Yeah.
Can he win his first Grand Prix and nigh on in a year? Can't believe I'm saying that. It's this time last year, at this track, at this round, when he was the last time he was a winner in Grand Prix. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Zmarzlik through to the final. Doyle in second place. Kvek in third. Kai Hülkenberg misses out there in LCQ number 2. But Bartosz Zmarzlik turning on the style here in his last ride before the final.
Yeah, it's Kvek and Doyle that make the start. Doyle goes straight to the outside line, so that's not available for Zmarzlik right there, but he heads up to the outside of turn 3 and 4. There's a view of Zmarzlik off the start. Not a great start by him. He pulls a huge locker, very untidy. Don't recommend doing that too often, but here he goes. He builds his speed up here. He's on the outside. He'll now turn back and he blasts through the middle of Kvek and Doyle. Here he goes now. This, and he's on the back of the seat. He's on the mud guard as he dives up the inside.
Wow.
But he reads this move from Doyle like a book. He knows what's coming. He's already turning back and making it straight. Very intelligent. He predicted what was going to happen. His intelligence in traffic is better than anyone's.
Yeah,
I'd like to see him on the
racing
M25.
IQ right up there. But I'll tell you what, he's not going to get away with that in the final.
No.
He just simply won't, because Michael Jensen, Brady Kurtz and Jack Holder, they're riding better than those other three guys.
They are, yeah.
And so therefore, he's going to have to make a better start. Kurtz putting the pressure on the champion scrapping and doing the business, makes the final for the 4th consecutive time in 2026. Number 95 with the gold race jacket. Is he going to hang on to it? It's going to be awfully tight. Frick gets 12 points tonight. Doyle picks up 11 World Championship points. Kvek on 10. Kasper Verina picks up 9. And Hülkenberg with a handy 8 points as a injury substitute rider here this evening. Bit of calm. Just a bit of calm before the final. Great night of Speedway again.
Yeah, this track never fails to deliver the goods, does it? It's so many racing lines, so many options to pick from, and that's what makes it such a good racetrack. Nowhere to hide.
Nowhere to hide. Nowhere to hide. Tell you what, we're giving this meeting some promotion. Seem to be talking about this all night. Get your tickets with the QR code for the Speedway World Cup final, which is going to be held, funny enough, on the same date I said earlier on the 29th of August in the PGE Narodovi Stadium. It's going to be a fabulous night of Speedway, and there's no doubt that the Speedway World Cup, which is back after a 3-year absence, Poland are the holders, they're the hosts, they're there, they're joined by Australia and Great Britain, and there's one more qualified to go early part of August in Riga. A night not to be missed. I'll tell you what's not to be missed is this grand final. We're going to find out the gate selection very shortly from Emma, who's waiting patiently down there. The riders look like they're gathered. Jensen and Kurtz having a chat. Which race is going to end? Really has been a thrilling evening once again. But these four certainly have ridden their success. Right, Emma, take it away for the final.
Cheers, Kelvin. Yes, it is time for final gate selection. And we start with a man who has had an incredible evening so far, Michael Jensen. Come on up and take your pick, Michael. He goes straight over to, oh, he was teasing us there, to the red gate, the inside gate. Next up, another man who has had an amazing evening so far, Brady Kurtz. Could just about see you there, Brady. Who goes to the yellow gate. Next up then, Jack Holder. Having a little think, is he going to go for blue or is he going to go for white? He's taking his time. Jack Holder then heading to the blue gate, gate number 2. And finally, Bartosz Zmarzlik then takes the white gate, gate number 3. Not a fan of that smoke, are you, Bartosz? Okay, that is it then for final gate selection. Best of luck.
Thanks very much, Emma. So we've got Michael Jensen on the inside gate. Gate number 2 is Jack Holder. Bartosz Zmarzlik out of gate number 3, not favoured tonight. And Brady Kurtz with the second choice for the final, electing to go for gate number 4. Possibly the best choice he had. Holder a little undecided, but a wonderful lineup for a smashing conclusion to round number 4 here. The doubleheader in Manchester hasn't disappointed. There's been 2 wonderful nights of World Championship Speedway here. Do hope you've enjoyed it, and as I say, this healthy crowd here, absolutely packed here tonight in Manchester. They have been treated once again, and I must say the Manchester weather, that big dark cloud, has just drifted away. We had rain at this time last night, but I tell you what, it's been absolutely ideal here this evening. Doesn't get much better than this. Enjoyed it?
Oh, loved it. Yeah, excellent meeting. It's, and we hope everyone has, watching this at home, it really has served up some racing, dare I say it, out of the top draw.
Yeah, it has, and you can't use that too many times because I've got the patent on it, mate. Yeah. Okay, right. There's a fee due now, I'm afraid. There'll be an invoice on its way.
And every time you say Mr. Entertainment, I'm going to acquit out of that as well.
Okay, so well, natural fact, I think I might be just slightly ahead. Riders getting ready for the final. The last 4 laps of the night to conclude what has been a wonderful couple of days here in Manchester. Okay, while we've got a few moments, let's get a little bit more reaction with Emma. Scotty Nichols is with her.
Scott, what an evening of Speedway we've had so far.
It has. It's been very unpredictable. I think it's been a few surprises. Smarslik's worked his backside off to get into that final. But I think you've got to keep your eye on Jepsen Jensen in the red. He's used that inside to his advantage so well. He's been able to, especially on that third and fourth corner, he's picked a line there that nobody else seems to have been able to capitalise on like him yet.
Yeah, he's been incredible so far this evening. Just want to go back to Bartek, because we always say about him, he just finds a way, doesn't he?
He does. Like I said, he digs in, and you know, you don't see him get flustered, but I've had a little wander around his pit bay a few times. He's been down working on the bike himself, which is quite unusual. That's a sign when somebody's kind of wanting to really put that little bit in themselves. So the confidence not quite there, but you can never rule him out.
We're in for an exciting final, I think.
Oh, we are.
Thanks very much. Good to hear from those two again. It is going to be an exciting conclusion. Now, just a little bit of news for you. Probably know it anyway, but if Brady Kurtz finishes in front of Bartosz Smarslik, guess what? He's going to steal that gold race jacket off of him, because Brady Kurtz will lead the World Championship. And so there is plenty riding on this final in round number 4 here. Will it be the night we see Brady Kurtz move to the top of the charts, and all of a sudden this World Championship could have a very different complexion as we move towards round number 5 in a couple of weeks' time in Wrocław? Riders coming forward. They're right alongside each other. Will Michael Jepsen Jensen win a Grand Prix for the first time since 2012? Or will Jack Holder win a Grand Prix once again? And in Warsaw, wonderful victory for him last year. Redemption in Warsaw, actually quite an emotional victory for him, fully deserved. And he's made 2 consecutive finals. Came in tonight on 41 points. Smarslik with a slender lead on 46 points. Kurtz on 45, 41 for Holder. So 3 of the riders in the final are back here tonight. Jepsen Jensen gate crashing in fine style with a 14-point haul from the qualifiers, and takes gate number 1. Number 52 back in big time Speedway. Right, the lineup for you for the grand final. Jepsen Jensen on the inside, the red helmet colour. Jack Holder gate number 2 in blue. Bartosz Smarslik, the leader of the World Championship, but for how much longer? Gate number 3 in white, and Brady Kurtz off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Tense times. Smarslik worked hard, rode very well on LCQ2. Can he produce that again? Here we go then. Settling down. Green light is on. Tapes are up very quickly. And I'll tell you what, Michael yesterday made a lovely start. Brady Kurtz has missed it off gate 4. Here comes Smarslik around the outside, gets the better of Holder. Brady Kurtz is coming up the inside of Holder. Jepsen Jensen out wide. Here comes Smarslik up the inside of him. Can he get to the front? Smarslik gets the front out of nowhere. Can you believe what you're witnessing here? Brady Kurtz now riding right round the fence. Jepsen Jensen coming at him. Kurtz coming at him hard. This is going to be a real tear up for first and second. Jepsen Jensen coming off the corner. Oh my goodness gracious me. There it goes. Kurtz momentarily to the front. What a ride from Brady Kurtz.
What an incredible first 2 laps from Kurtz. Oh, Smarslik then he runs into the back of Jepsen Jensen. That allows Jack Holder to push him to third. The way it stands at the moment, Brady Kurtz is going to be your new World Championship leader.
Brady Kurtz, absolutely stunning performance in those first 2 laps. He's coming through the final corner and the final lap here in the National Speedway Stadium, and that is a sensational victory for Brady Kurtz. It looked like Smarslik had it all covered, but then by golly, what a way to conclude the night. Jepsen Jensen involved, but Brady Kurtz showing wonderful commitment, and many congratulations. 2 second places in the last 2 Grand Prix. He wins for the first time, and not only that, he leads the World Championship. What a night for Kurtz. Smarslik threw everything at him.
Yeah, that
made the
is
rostrum
incredible.
again. That was a stunning conclusion, and a fitting conclusion to what has been 2 wonderful nights of World Championship Speedway. How about that? Brady Kurtz on top of the box and on top of the world.
Wow, what a race.
Result, Brady Kurtz You won't see a better speedway race than that.
Nope.
That really was proper speedway. Michael Jensen coming through in second place. Bartosz Marslik in third, and Jack Holder just misses out on the rostrum for 2 consecutive nights. Smashing speedway. Brady Kurtz can be rightly very proud of that, because by golly did he have to put his life on the line. He absolutely, totally committed. They upped the ante once again. Smarslik laid down the gauntlet early on, and Brady Kurtz was up for the challenge.
Yeah, that was one of the best speedway races you will ever see. And there was so much on the line. The World Championship lead was on the line. Brady Kurtz, he was fantastic. What a night of speedway. At one point there, it was Jepsen Jensen that made a rocket of a start. He was in the lead. He gets overtaken by Smarslik, and at that point, he looked in control. But lurking in the background was Brady Kurtz, building his speed up on that outside line. And when he got the chance, swept into the lead, and he was gone. Incredible.
And he had to do it. He was at the back initially, didn't make a great start from gate 4. Smarslik actually got the better of Kurtz off the start line, but somehow, with total commitment, Brady Kurtz stormed to the front. Let's see it again. This was such a treat. Really was something very special indeed.
Yeah. And there we go. So Jepsen Jensen with a rocket of a start from gate 1. Keep your eyes on Smarslik here in the white helmet colour. Head straight to the outside. He'll do that sort of famous cutback of his. Dives up the inside. Now keep your eyes on Brady Kurtz in the yellow helmet colour. So he's in third. He's at the back. He's now in third. He will now, you'll see he switches to the outside. There you go, Brady Kurtz to the outside. He'll start to build his speed up. We're coming into the image now. There he is on the outside. Goes round 1, goes round 2, and then sets out after Smarslik. Now this move here was incredible. Look, there aren't many people that pass the reigning world champion ever. There it is, dives up the inside of 2 people. What a move. And then to be able to hold on to that is incredible. Because we've seen it time and time again tonight. When people dive up the inside, they open themselves up to being turned back on. Smarslik does incredibly well. Wow, he's nearly off the bike there. Turns it inside out, almost high sides it. But Brady Kurtz, there he is, crossing the finish line. What a night for him. And the new gold race jacket holding Brady Kurtz. Well done. What a night.
Moves on to 65 points. Leads the World Championship, grabs the gold race jacket off that man, the World Champion, and just having a chat with the race director. What do I do with it now? I've lost it. I don't know when I'm going to get it back. There's the position. So Brady Kurtz splits up the win, and the big 20 points here this evening. Jepsen Jensen on 18, Bartosz Smarslik in third place on 16. It's the third time he's been third this year, and Jack Holder picks up the 14 points by finishing 4th in the grand final here this evening. So those are the points that are handed out for round number 4 here tonight. The overall standings, IMAS will see Brady Kurtz moving on to 65 points. He has a 3-point lead now over Bartosz Smarslik on 62. So close, really close, but a significant move from Kurtz, who was nowhere after the first round. Jack Holder hanging on there in third place. Michael Jepsen Jensen in 4th, making his move. Casper Verina, 44, 42 for Frick, 42 for Lambert, and the top 8 is rounded out by Jason Doyle on 37. So Brady Kurtz, the new leader of the World Championship in 2026. First time he's done that, and I must say, a stunning ride to do it. That was a real tenacious ride from him, and Bartosz Smarslik clearly delighted with it. That was pretty special.
Yeah, it really was, and what a statement by Brady Kurtz. That's massive, and he now heads into another one of his home tracks at the next Grand Prix in Wroclaw, and he'll fancy his chances there as well. And I think Smarslik's going to leave here, and he's got some soul searching to do. He's got some work to do. No doubt he will. He'll be straight to work now.
He'll be concerned the fact that Kurtz has found his confidence, and he's got the starting hand back. Right, Emmett's down on the centre green, and she's with the winner, Brady Kurtz.
Brady, huge congratulations. That final was epic. Just talk us through it.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much to all of the fans here. It's incredible to have such good support, and I'm so happy to get the win. Made a terrible start, probably chose the wrong gate, but it didn't matter. And I don't know how I got to the front, but thank you so much. My family's here, my girlfriend. It's a special night.
Did having them here and all of the fans give you that extra drive and determination tonight?
Yeah, I was low-key a little bit disappointed yesterday. I didn't feel like I done myself justice, and yeah, I was back today.
You're also the new holder of the golden jacket as well, Brady.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'd like to be the holder at the end of the year, not now, but yeah, I'll definitely grab it, and hopefully I can hold on to it for a little while.
When we were talking earlier, you said, you know, you're so humble. Yesterday, that was done, and tonight you were determined to get out there, weren't you? But how much more special is it doing it here?
Yeah, it's been incredible. Like I said, thank you so much for the support. It's obviously I'm not British, but it definitely felt like the closest thing to our own GP, and thank you for that. It's yeah, thank you to my team. They worked into the late hours of last night to try and make sure we were ready for today. Ash, we've been working so hard. We've had a tough year, and yeah, it's made it all the better.
Brady, this is so deserved. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
He speaks wonderfully well, and there's no doubt that this man in this sort of mood is going to be he's going to be very reluctant to relinquish that gold race jacket, that's for sure. And the significance of the gold race jacket is the fact that you lead the World Championship, and these are heady times for a man who came into the series full time for the first time last year, made his mark. He won 5 consecutive Grand Prix in the second half of 2025, wins his first Grand Prix in round number 4 in 2026, and in the process picks up the lead of the championship by 3 points from Bartosz Marzlik. It's not over. You know that man there with number 95 on his back, he's not going to throw the towel in. He's just not made of that sort of stuff. We're going to be in for plenty of more thrilling speedway. And the world champion comes forward. He must be beginning to think, when am I going to win a Grand Prix again? They're getting harder to win. But by golly, he did it the hard way tonight and makes another final.
Yeah, it does indeed. He's done, once again, he's not looked at his best, but he's made a final, and that's what he does. And it just shows that Brady Kurtz, he can't afford to slip up, can he?
Great night for, you're right, great night for Michael Jepsen Jensen. Absolutely superb riding from him. Spectacular choices, really turned on the style, getting the better of the opposition with some very intelligent speedway midway through the qualifying heats. And second place tonight, 18 points. He'll be really pleased with that, and that really does help him out after a disappointing start in Landshut. Here comes the main man. Finished second last night, picked up 1 point from the sprint race, so he scored 39 points over the course of the last 2 days, and forces his way and charges into the lead of the World Championship. What a night for Brady Kurtz. He's very popular here, rides for the Bellevue Aces, and he's the closest thing that these Bellevue fans have got to a British winner, and a fair play. So Robin Southwell, the Bellevue Club director, coming forward to present the world champion with the 3rd place trophy. Bartosz Marzlik having a bit of a debrief about the final with Brady Kurtz.
He wants to know what happens.
How do you get out of the start so good? So Tim Lightfoot, the ACU president, had a good chat with Tim early. He loves his speedway. There's a background actually in speedway and grass track, so he is always very keen to come to the Grand Prix here in Manchester. Good to see him. 2nd place trophy for Michael Jepsen Jensen, and then the FIM Track Racing Director Amanda Costanza coming forward to present the new leader of the World Championship with the trophy. Brady Kurtz. It's just beginning to sink in a touch now, and the way he did that, when he sees the replay of that, he will be so proud, and his family will be as well. Nice to hear his family was here with him as well, so that's pretty special.
Gold race jacket, but first, ladies and gentlemen, would you please be upstanding for the
we'll
national
just
anthem
pause now
of Australia.
for the national anthem of Australia. we go. We got used to hearing that last year. 5 consecutive wins, and he's a winner again, once again in 2026. Brady Kurtz, the winner of round number 4 here in the National Speedway Stadium. Stunning conclusion to the evening. Now Richard Coleman, the CEO of Mayfield Sports Events, the new promoters, new global promoters of the World Speedway Championship. He hands over the gold race jacket to the new leader of the World Championship. And there we go. Gold race jacket back in World Championship Speedway. Last time we saw it was in 2009. And a nice moment for the new leader. How long will he hang on to it? Well, we won't have too much longer to wait and find out, because in 2 weeks' time we move on to Wrocław. But right now we have the photographs of the top 3. We'll have the champagne and a few photographs for the winner himself. And we can just begin to reflect on 2 fabulous days of Speedway here in Manchester. It really has been quite a treat. So the Monster Girls coming forward to present the riders with the champagne. These boys are racing tomorrow, you know. They're dashing back to Poland to ride in some Polish League matches. Not all of them, but there is no question some of them are. And they're already probably on the road trying to get to Poland. But a hectic schedule at this time of year, that's for sure. But right now, Brady Kurtz has just reflect on what has been a truly extraordinary performance, and one that was a performance you would suggest of a champion.
Yeah, we know that pressure's not an issue for that man, so it'll be interesting to see how he handles the weight of the gold race jacket going into Wrocław, his home event. But Smart's got some work to do, I think, and he knows it.
Well, it's the first time he's been the leader, so now he's the hunted, and Smart's the one that's right behind him, so there's no question that we have, with 6 rounds to go, we have plenty of top-class action to come. And as I say, it's going to be some championship this year once again. Michael Jepsen-Jensen also can't be overlooked. He rode absolutely wonderfully well at times here tonight, the Danish rider, and a great addition for the series if he can keep that up. He had a desperate start in Lancashire, Germany, only scored 2 points, and then got better, and then got even better tonight. I thought he might actually steal a win at one point, but second place was still a fine effort. But for this man, with his family here, this is a really fitting moment for him, and they can enjoy it tonight together. And as I say, when you win a race like that, you're at the back, but to come through and beat the 3 other best riders on the night like that, I mean, that really was a sensational victory.
Yeah, it really was, and it's really significant for the series. You know, we learned a lot this weekend about who's consistent and who's not. So congratulations to Brady Kurtz on an incredible win.
Well done, Ollie. Fine words indeed. So thanks very much for joining us. I do hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a smashing night of Speedway. It's been a terrific night, 2 nights of Speedway in truth. As I've said before, in 2 weeks' time, we move on to Wrocław for round number 5. Please join us for that, because this action is going to continue. It's another wonderful venue. But right now, the night belongs to Brady Kurtz. And not only that, he is the new leader of the World Speedway Championship in 2023. Please join us in a couple of weeks' time in Wrocław, Poland.
Friendships only pass by.